Here in Nashville today, we thought it would be closer to 70 than 50. There is a stiff breeze out of the north at 12 miles an hour. Well, the Titans won the toss. They will receive. Matt Prater, with a lot of good touchbacks and a big-time leg for the Denver Broncos, will be kicking off to the rookie out of Montana, Mark Mariani. What's your headline today for this Tennessee ball club?
I think Vince Young has to add balance to the Titans offense. The Denver Broncos have the 10th best run defense, so that tells you they're going to try to hem in Chris Johnson. Vince Young has to make some plays, throwing the ball and getting it into the end zone if the Titans are to win this ball game.
So here we go, the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans from Nashville. Mariani out of bounds through the end zone, touchback to the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for quarterback Vince Young. Solomon, he's throwing at a career high 70%.
You love the fact that he is maturing, that he is growing at his trade in terms of playing the quarterback position. He's going to be tested today because, remember, this is a secondary with the Broncos that has the likes of Champ Bailey and Brian Dawkins. You've got to challenge a veteran group and still be productive.
The secondary, though, of Denver has given up 7 touchdown passes this season already.
That's because they have some rookies and inexperience at certain positions, and that's where Vince Young has to attack.
And from the 21st play of the game, 1st down and 10 for Young. Stewart a block through the hands of Gage with the coverage on the play by the rookie Parrish Cox. It'll be 2nd and 10. Gage was a basketball player at the University of Missouri. The tackles will take on prominence today, getting on the edge for Chris Johnson.
Yeah, and they've done a really good job of protecting the quarterback. Remember, the Denver Broncos only have 2 sacks coming into today's game.
Chris Johnson's put a lot of pressure on himself. Before the season began, he said, I want to go for another 2,000 yards like I did last year. No changes defensively, 2nd down and 10. And this is Chris Johnson. This wrap up there. Pulled down on the play by Jason Hunter, the ex-Packer, on a gain of 3 to the 23. Kevin Vickerson was a former Tennessee Titan, now playing in that 34 defense next to the 3-time Pro Bowler Jamal Williams for the Denver Broncos. We saw Hunter. Also watch for Robert Ayers. They'll be important today in shutting down the edge against Chris Johnson. Multiple Pro Bowls for Bailey and Dawkins. They start a rookie, Parrish Cox. They tried Andre Goodman before the game. He was not ready to go. 3rd down and 8. Good looking catch, but shy of the 1st down. It was grabbed across the way by the ex-Pittsburgh Steeler, Nate Washington. A yard shy on 3rd and 8. He picks up 7. They got a punt on their first possession.
Champ Bailey is so savvy as a veteran of the National Football League. He doesn't mind if you catch it in front of him as long as you're not beyond that 1st down marker, and Nate Washington has to extend beyond it in order to convert that 3rd down into a 1st down. So the Broncos pitch a 3 and out on the Titans' first possession.
Ex-Bronco Brett Kern goes to Royal, who is back to get it. They have a change at punt returner today, securing the ball, the number 1 thing, and that's what Denver will do with Royal coming up and watching it bounce. Denver bounce to the 43. And so with the swirling wind inside the stadium today, a 28-yard punt. And that now takes us to the quarterback out of the great Purdue University program, Kyle Orton, top passing attack in the NFL.
Protection is paramount for Kyle Orton in this game today. This Tennessee Titans defense is ravenous. They can put pressure and hit and batter and bruise your quarterback. You threw it 57 times 1 week ago. 50 attempts today could spell doomsday for Kyle Orton against this Titans defense.
He says his pass protection has been good. It's 1st and 10 from the 43, but that is the problem. Maroney thrown for a 3-yard loss back at the 39 and hit on the line. Finnegan among the many in there for the Tennessee Titans making the stop. They welcome back Ryan Harris. First time he's played in the regular season this year. The offensive line intact for the first time all season. Just saw Maroney. They got weapons at the receiver, but they got to get the running game going. Now 2nd down and 14, back at the 39. Maroney sent out as a receiver. The nickel secondary, Fuller's been added for Tennessee. Orton for Gaffney. May have heard footsteps. Incomplete pass. And there was coverage by the linebacker. That was Will Witherspoon, who's part of this 43 look for the Tennessee Titans. Babin coming over as an under-the-radar free agent. He already has 2 sacks. And in the linebacking core, Will Witherspoon, ex-Ram, ex-Eagle, now Titan. He's got 3 sacks playing in the middle of that defense. Alteron Werner is the rookie starting at the corner. 3rd and 14. The nickel remains. Wow, Maroney, forgettable first series for him, incomplete. Coverage on the play by Finnegan, 3 and out. Not a very good start for the Denver offense.
And so while Kyle Orton seems to be playing with great poise, feeling the pressure coming in at his feet, escaping, his receivers have not played with poise. We saw a ball hit the hand of Jabbar Gaffney. He's not able to haul it in. We've seen it go off the hands of Lawrence Maroney. And so after attempting 2 passes in this game, Kyle Orton still has yet to have a completion.
Knoxville-born Britton Colquitt to punt. Mariani is deep end. The rookie from the 18-yard line finds a little bit of a gap and swerves upfield. He was brought down on the play by Joe Mays. 10-yard return. Our second look at Vince Young and the Tennessee offense when we come back to Nashville. Second possession coming up for the Tennessee Titans, who beat the Giants last week. Saw them in 29-10. And the week before, they looked horrible, as did Vince Young against Pittsburgh, and they put a bad week in back of them.
On the road at the New York Giants, even though they were outgained in that game, Vince Young still found a way to win, averaging 26 points per game. Josh McDaniel says it doesn't look like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. He just finds a way to win.
It is 1st and 10. Johnson. Hunter got him around the ankle as he swerves to the 35 and picks up 7 on the play.
They're going to run it with Chris Johnson on 1st down. Now watch how he just attacks the hole and then the patience. Now, freeze it right there. See, he sets up this run outside, but then he cuts it back inside where he finds daylight to run. And so he's able to set the edge, forcing the defender, DJ Williams, to step outside when he's going to take it underneath.
New receiver, Jared Cook, bottom of your screen, 2nd down and 3. There they go to Cook. Second reception of the season. 3rd round pick last year out of South Carolina. Picks up 17. Working on the Pro Bowler Dawkins. He's to the 48.
I love the game plan. You get a veteran like Brian Dawkins. What does Doc like to do? He wants to play the run. He wants to play in the box. What do you force him to do? Is cover your speedy tight end, Jared Cook. You're going to have to force the veterans like Brian Dawkins and Champ Bailey to do a lot of running today and maybe play outside of their comfort zone.
1st down and 10. Oh, and he's going for Scaife, who had the matchup he wanted against the linebacker DJ Williams. All the way to the Denver 23, a pickup of 25.
So much is talked about the wide receivers. How about these talented tight ends? You saw Jared Cook, now Bo Scaife. Another matchup advantage they feel they have on the day. He's matched up against DJ Williams. Force the safeties and the linebackers to cover man-to-man. And the reason why you have to be in man-to-man is because you're going to stack the box trying to defend against Chris Johnson.
Yeah, they're going to watch him all day long. 2 tight ends on 1st and 10. Johnson and Devour running through real quickly there. Robert Ayers, and no gain on the play. But we know how the passing attack of Tennessee, and that could so far on this drive, a nice 17-yard completion, a 25-yard completion to Vince Young's 2 tight ends.
And that's the thing. Last week, the Tennessee Titans only attempted 4 passes for Jeff Fisher in that game against the New York Giants. Today they come out throwing it a little bit more because they love the matchup advantages they have with their tight ends matched up against the safeties and linebackers for the Denver Broncos.
Cook back in, 2nd down and 11. That was tipped. Nice job by Jason Hunter.
Smart play by Vince Young. Sometimes you just have to throw it away because Brian Dawkins came screaming off that corner. He was blitzing from his safety position and they didn't pick him up. But Vince Young was savvy enough, heady enough to understand he was unprotected, had to just get rid of the football.
You like his maturity, don't you? Young's
I like
maturity.
what I'm saying, and Mike Heimerdinger is doing a really good job of teaching him and saying, hey, we don't have to do all things. We just need to be able to do a few things well. More importantly, avoid the disastrous play.
5th defensive back, Nate Jones on the 3rd and 11. Johnson takes it into the grasp of Justin Bannon, gain of 7. Gonna have to settle for a 3-point drop.
Yeah, we talk about him being an outside runner. How about his ability to run in between the tackles? Watch him get going downhill. He's more prone now to press the line of scrimmage, to get vertical as opposed to trying to bounce it outside. And I think that's what the defense wants him to do. They want to try to keep him inside, but he'll gash you there as well.
Well, Champ Bailey said he's just as good between the tackles
Absolutely.
as he is on the edge. Here's a 35-yard field goal try now by Baronis. A little bit of a breeze in his back. 4 of 4 kicking field goals this year. And into the wind. The Denver defense holds. A miss right there. His first of the year. So Baronis can't hit. The defense holds. Here comes Kyle Orton in a scoreless first quarter from Nashville. Tennessee missed field goal. They take over to the Broncos at the 25, 1st and 10. Good block by Demaryius Thomas. Eddie Royal working on hope. What a catch right in front of the Tennessee bench at the 48. A pickup of 24 on 1st down.
You love the design of the play. It's play action fake. That's to buy a little bit more time and protection for Orton. Look, he has a chance to look to his left, come back, clear to the other side, to the right side of the field where he finds Eddie Royal for a 1st down.
1st and 10. Maroney. Pulling block by Clady. Fumble on the play and picked up, but was he down? They say he was down. They say Will Witherspoon can run from here to Memphis, but they mark him down at the 48. And on the play, no gain. Maroney, boy, he has had a shaky beginning for the Denver Broncos.
How about the rookie, Altron Werner, number 20, comes up and lays a lick on Maroney. Penetrating. This is no rookie. They said he doesn't play like one. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, first thing hit the ground was the ball on contact. Excellent play by the rookie cornerback.
5th defensive back. Buckhalter is in. 2nd down and 10. Brandon Lloyd, young kid out of Kansas City who's bounced around a little bit. 16-yard pickup on the play. Down to the 37-yard line and a 1st down.
Now this is what the Denver Broncos do, Kevin. They move the ball as well as any offense in the National Football League. It's when they get inside the 20. What we call the red zone is where this offense has struggled.
And using the no huddle to begin things. Buckhalter in. 1st and 10. Terrell Buckhalter. And he was taken down on the play. They had a good hit on the play by Vincent Fuller. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
They've had their issues inside the red zone. You see they have the most possessions inside the red zone of any team in the National Football League, but their inability to convert, they rank 38%, 24th in the National Football League. That's struggling. For that many opportunities, you've got to be able to come up with more points.
Fuller remains the nickel. 2nd and 10. There they get him. Sacked for a 6th time in the season, back to the 44-yard line. He was devoured by a bunch, including Jason Babin, who picks up his 3rd sack. Loss of 5, back to the 43.
He's working off the top against Clady, and Clady's one of the best left tackles in the National Football League. But you can see Dave Ball, Jason Babin, the many defensive players that they're going to rotate throughout this game and try to get into that backfield. They're going to wreak havoc for this Denver Broncos offensive line.
3 linemen, 4 linebackers, 5 in the secondary. 3rd and 15. The blitz by Finnegan. Back to the 49. Loss of 8. 2 sacks on that defensive stand for the Tennessee defense. They got a punt to the Broncos.
How about Cortland Finnegan? He's going to come in off the left side, and you just have to love what he's going to bring to the table. Take a look at this. He's coming here, and then he's going to be able to get to the edge. And as Correll Buckhalter, the running back, steps up, he picks the wrong guy, but you got to start inside before you turn out on Finnegan.
Finnegan gets his 5th career sack to punt. Colquitt back Mariani. Late hang time, and into the end zone it goes. It'll be a touchback. 6-place punt, 3-place punt for the Broncos on their first 2 possessions. 51-yarder right there. Finnegan coming from the side. Well, support the NFL's A Crucial Catch breast cancer awareness campaign by bidding on authentic game day NFL pink products and experiences at NFL.com/auction. Proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society. We've all been touched by this. A great cause. The NFL players. Here's a look at Chuck Cecil. He's the defensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, boy, he has really stirred this defense, and they are, I think, the energy and the emotion that fuels this entire football team.
It is a 1st and 10 with the 3rd possession for Vince Young in the offense. Great time. Johnson. And drilled on the play by DJ Williams, who leads Denver in tackles. It's a gain of 3 and out to the 23-yard line.
So much of this offense is about giving Vince Young some easy completions. They don't put everyone out, but look at the protection. Look at him scan. He finds Chris Johnson. You love the way DJ Williams is on top. If you are trailing Chris Johnson in that position, if you miss that tackle, you know he's going to hit the home run Jeff Fisher and the Titans are looking for.
He's slippery, isn't he, huh?
Absolutely. You better stay close. If he touches that rock and you're not near him, you won't get him.
The Denver Broncos have taken a timeout. That's the first they've had. 5.5 to play in the first.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint, the Now Network. And by OnStar. To learn more, visit OnStar.com.
We're back in Nashville, and tonight on CBS, she's a wife, a mother, and a CEO. And when she goes undercover in her own company, it's an episode you'll never forget. Don't miss an all-new Undercover Boss tonight only on CBS. After the Denver timeout, 2nd down and 7. Ahmad Hall with the lead block there for Chris Johnson. Vickerson got a hand on him. DJ Williams finishes him off after a gain of 5, and he's up to the 27-yard line. Patience is what they said Johnson needs more than anything else. Then bang, like you said, a home run hitter.
Slow to the hole, fast through it when he's running the ball. 6 carries on the day. The rest of the team has 5 touches, so he's already putting in more work than all the other guys on his football team, at least on the offensive side of the ball. There's no doubt that the offense for the Tennessee Titans goes right through Chris Johnson.
It's 3rd and 2. Cook becomes the extra receiver. Nate Jones is the nickel. Young, Gage, tackled by Ronaldo Hill to the 42. 14-yard hit and a first down.
Yeah, he's working against Nate Jones. Remember, Nate Jones and Parrish Cox were victimized last week by the Indianapolis Colts. So you get matched up in one-on-one coverage. Justin Gage comes underneath. He catches the slant. Yes, he knows he's going to get hit by Ronaldo Hill, but those are the ones you have to catch for your quarterback, Vince Young.
You know, Young doesn't have great numbers a lot of times compared to some of the bigger-time quarterbacks, as we see this 1st and 10 right here. And right on the money again, same exact play. They're working on the linebacker, Jason Hunter. Caught by Gage, 16-yard pickup to the 41 to James Brown in New York.
Kevin and Solomon, boy, has 13-year vet Charlie Batch looked good in the absence of Ben Roethlisberger here, hooking up with Antoine Randall L. A 34-yard pass play, key play to set up a 1-yard TD run by Rashard Mendenhall, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Pittsburgh on top in a hard-hitting game. Kevin and Solomon.
Randall L. didn't have a receiving touchdown last season. JB, thank you very much. It's a gain of 1 on 1st down and 10 as they try to corkscrew Chris Johnson up the middle. You can see how they try to pass this ball around a little bit in what they've done today through the air.
And today I expect a lot more passes to go to the tight ends, Jared Cook, Bo Scaife, and we know Chris Johnson, who's the 2nd leading receiver on this football team, was the team's leading receiver 1 year ago. So that's how you're going to see Mike Heimerdinger using the rest of the weapons on this offense to try to help this quarterback, Vince Young. Vince Young is throwing the ball very accurate in this game so far today.
Bean is coming on that defensive line. Chris Johnson, 2nd and 9, darts his way to the 34 and hit on the play in the secondary by Hill.
Watch Michael Roos, 71. The kick out block right there. Now hit it right up the gut. Chris Johnson will turn it up. He will come downhill and use that speed to get to the 2nd level. He came into this game with 75 carries, more than any running back so far in the first 3 games in the 2010 season. We're going to see some of Javon Ringer playing in this game today because they don't want to wear him down, but he will get plenty of work.
He's out right now after the gain of 6, so it is 3rd and 3 in the nickel. That's a good-looking grab. Nate Washington hit by that nickel back, Nate Jones. And he'll pick up 7 on the play. And we'll spot him at the 28-yard line.
And it should be good for a first down. We talked about being able to know where that first down marker is so that when you make the catch, Nate Washington knows that he's beyond the first down marker, even though he's driven back. by Jones.
Are you worried about overuse for Chris Johnson? He's got a lot of carries so far this season.
He's not a big guy, only a $195. I think you have to conserve him because you're going to need him for the whole season.
Well, here he is again on the 8th play of the drive, and he fumbles the ball on 1st and 10, and vacuumed in by Ryan McBean at the 27-yard line. A turnover right there. He's lost his second ball on a fumble for Coach Jeff Fisher this season. He takes his licks, there's no doubt about that.
And that's what fatigue can do for you. It takes away. Look, ball in tight, but he's still stripped of the ball by one of the Broncos defenders. They get it out and take possession of the rock. Back at LP Field, watch Hagan. Mario Hagan, he's going to get the strip. But is that knee down before he actually rips the ball out? I think the knee is down, and then you get the rip, and then the ball coming out. Fisher is asking the press box. He wants his coaches upstairs to relay the message to him downstairs. Should I take a look at it and throw the flag? He does. Now we have a challenge. Chris Johnson waiting for the results of this challenge. We're going to show you once the knee touches the ground. Let's get a freeze upon the knee touching the ground. We get a knee touching the ground, see right there, but see, yet the ball hasn't come out. Let's see what the officials say.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Denver. Tennessee is charged with a timeout.
I don't know that we had anything conclusive to show that the ball had yet to come out when the knee had hit the ground. But just from the physical motion of Mario Hagan, the linebacker for the Denver Broncos, he had yet to start ripping, and the knee is down. See, he's yet to start his rip, but yet the knee is down. And then once he rips, ball comes out. I think the knee was down as far as I'm concerned.
The game's first turnover. First down and 10. Denver at the 27. Maroney in the backfield. Lawrence Maroney. Boy, was he hit hard. No gain on the play. Trying to go at the middle. Winborn got a hold of him. Stephen Tulloch right there. Staying at the 26.
Dave Ball, Tony Brown, Jason Jones, Jason Babbitt. The front defensive linemen for the Tennessee Titans are getting off the ball with a vengeance. It's what they're coached to do by their defensive line coach, Jim Washburn, one of the best in the National Football League. When these four come off the line of scrimmage, they are bringing some heat.
They're in the nickel, second down and 10. Royal hit by Tulloch, 31-yard line, and a gain of 4 on the play. This is the number 1 pass offense in the NFL of Denver against the number 5 Tennessee pass defense in the league.
And it is the defense. It starts up front with the pass rush. And then we saw Tulloch at the second level. We talked about the linebackers and then the secondary defenders who feast on turnovers. They are physical at every level of the defense.
Graham is wide to the left. Nickelback Fuller. 3rd and 6. Down he goes. Another sack. Jason Babin is second today. 3rd for the Tennessee defense. Loss of 9. Back to the 22. Chuck Cecil dialing him up today.
It starts with Tony Brown up the middle, 97. And then watch him collapse coming off the edge. And so we talked about how fast and how quick the 4 down linemen are coming off the ball, getting pressure in the face of the quarterback. Chuck Cecil, he doesn't have to blitz. He's got 4 pass rushers who can get just as much pressure.
They want to get this punt off because they had the wind at their back, and they foiled that with a late snap.
That is the end of the first quarter.
That's a miscue for the Broncos, who are scoreless with Tennessee at the end of 1 in Nashville on CBS. Beginning the second quarter, Tennessee is already, Solomon Wilcott's registered 3 sacks. The offensive line had given up 5 in the first 3 games combined. But boy, that defense dialing up some good plays today for Tennessee.
The Titans that come into this game with 6 different players with at least a half a sack. They're adding to that total today.
Colquitt to punt. Mariani back at the 35. Into the wing. It's a fair catch, and that's what he gets with a hang time of 4-7. 39-yard punt on the play. So the fumble by Chris Johnson is not cashed in on by the Denver offense, and here comes Vince Young and the offense of the Tennessee Titans. Okay. The NFL.com Game Center for all the latest Week 4 live game stats, fan discussions, in-game video highlights, and more. Only at NFL.com. 1st and 10 from the 39. Titans 3 plays punt, 6 plays missed field goal. Last time they fumbled it. Blocked by Roos. Blocked by the fullback Ahmad Hall. 2nd and 10 coming up. Let's go to James Brown.
Kevin and Solomon in a hot and heated contest between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Take a look at Willis McGahee from Joe Flacco on 2nd and 7 from the 9. McGahee's second rushing touchdown of the season. 8 plays, 83 yards, all knotted at 7-all. Back to Kevin and Solomon.
Pittsburgh does not give up a lot of rushing touchdowns.
No, they do not. And that one is going to be a game with 2 phenomenal defenses. We'll have to see which one can hold up.
In the nickel, 2nd and 10. Damian Williams has come in. This is Chris Johnson. Out to the 42-yard line. Bottom of the pile there. They had Ronald Fields on a gain of 3 out to the 42.
And you get the sense that the Tennessee Titans, as well as they're playing on defense, that offensively, even though Vince Young has already completed 7 of his 10 passes, that they need to get more out of these possessions. They've moved the ball, missed the field goal, moved the ball again, and then fumbled the football. Denver has no running game to mention. 4 minus rushing yards, only 15 total yards for the Broncos so far. You know that offense sooner or later is going to get going. Right now, Vince Young, they're moving the ball, but they can't put points on the board.
In the dime, McGaff has come in, 3rd and 7. And broken up by the rookie Parrish Cox. As they were going for Kenny Britt, 3 and out. We'll go out to New York and James Brown.
Kevin, I know Solomon breaks down an awful lot of tape during the week. He will see that San Francisco is playing alert. Take a look at Dominic Ziegler that is blocking the Atlanta punt. Great heads-up play, keeping his feet inbounds. Taylor Mays was a guy who scored 14-0 San Fran. Back to Kevin and Solomon.
Boy, they've had a disappointing season so far, haven't the 49ers?
Changing the offensive coordinator yet again, so it's good the 49ers are able to make plays on special teams, JB.
Here is Kern with the punt. Royal. Got a nice block from Nate Jones. Tackled on the play by Bailey on the special teams for the Tennessee Titans. 11-yard return. Another look at Kyle Orton. Starting Denver quarterback Kyle Orton has been sacked already 3 times in this game.
Yeah, coming into today's game, they had attempted 125 passes, 3rd most in the NFL. Josh McDaniels' offense had given up 5 sacks in those 125 attempts.
Buckhalter in now, 1st and 10. Nice looking grab made by Brandon Lloyd, number 2 in receiving yards in the NFL. A 23-yard strike from Orton.
You love the way Brandon Lloyd, watch this pass route, breaking inside, then the athletic catch to go up and pluck it out of midair, working against the rookie, Alteron Werner. Werner can't believe that Brandon Lloyd was able to make that catch. He thought that ball had been overthrown.
First NFL start for Werner out of UCLA. Gave it up right there, 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Harris with the block, screen pass. Walton out there blocking for Buckhalter and tripped up on the play to the 36-yard line. Tulloch among a lot of guys out there for Tennessee. Gain of about 8. There's Werner.
And this is what Jeff Fisher likes about Werner. He says, yeah, he's going to give up some plays. He might get beat, but the kid is smart. He's able to reduce the probabilities of what he's going to get from the offense. And Jeff Fisher played defensive back in the National Football League. So did his defensive coordinator, Chuck Cecil. You saw Werner on the tackle on that play, so if he gives up one, he's going to come back and make a positive play for him.
He almost won the starting job in camp.
He made a lot of plays during the preseason, a lot of plays in training camp.
5 in the secondary, second and long one with Buckhalter back there with Orton. Slings it. Incomplete. Looking for Lloyd. They had Finnegan among a lot of guys over there, 3rd and a long one.
Finnegan is aggressive. Watch the way he jumps on the inside of the receiver and nearly picks that one off. If it's not thrown on the back hip of Brandon Lloyd, look, on the back hip, that ball would be intercepted by Cortland Finnegan. Understanding where the quarterback wants to go with the ball and beating the receiver to the point of intercept.
Buckhalter in the backfield, 5 in the secondary last week against Indianapolis. This offense, 5 of 15 on third, 0 for 3 today from the 37. Third and a long one. Pressured again. Flags are thrown. The late hit by Senderick Marks. They were going downfield for Thomas. Also down there was Graham. He had a couple guys he had in his sights. Did quarterback Kyle Orton, who comes in the 7th-rated quarterback in the NFL today. This would be the first penalty of the game.
There are 2 fouls against the defense on the play. Offsides, 94. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 94. A 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
We know they are a hard-hitting Tennessee defense. Some people have said they're dirty. They're aggressive in their view. What do you think?
I don't think they're dirty at all. I think they play hard-nosed. Look, that's just, he was falling down. And so he can't see if the quarterback has thrown the ball or not. Now, that's the rule. And Chuck Cecil doesn't like it. But 7 personal foul penalties for 103 yards. This team has committed 27 penalties, the 3rd most in the NFL coming into today's game.
10 unnecessary roughness personal foul penalties. 6 players combined. Total of fines $47,000.
Wow.
1st and 10 Royal. Good block ahead by Lloyd. Brought down on the play in the secondary by Werner. A catch and run of 16. It's going to be 1st and goal to go at the 5.
Well, this offensive football team for the Broncos, they're too good in order for you to give them second chances. You had them stopped on 3rd down, and then you have the penalties, the infraction, and then they're able to move closer to the goal line. Now, this is where the Denver Broncos have gotten into trouble, down inside the red zone once they cross the 20-yard line.
Buckhalter is in 1st and goal at the 5. Whoops.
Another penalty.
This defense of Tennessee has only given up 2 touchdowns this season, so they have been very stingy. Number 1 red zone defense in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 93. Half the distance to the goal line, still 1st down.
Jason Babbitt. Oh, the Hawaiian peace sign given by Chuck Cecil.
And if you're Josh McDaniels, he wants to be able to dial up the right plays. He feels like he's put his team in a position to score, and they're going to be aggressive. He knows that this is a golden opportunity against a very stingy Tennessee Titan defense.
3 defensive backs, 1st and goal at the 2. Buckhalter in the backfield. That is a touchdown. Royal. He beat Vincent Fuller. A 2-yard touchdown pass. Nice throw by Orton in traffic. And the Denver Broncos are on top early in the 2nd quarter.
It's a zone beater. Kyle Orton going to the slot receiver. Just an easy throw and catch. Much easier than you think you'd get from this Tennessee Titan defense. Coming in, only allowing 1 touchdown pass all season. Just a quick out route by the slot receiver, Eddie Roy, who we told you provides some easy completions for Orton. Easy touchdown on that play.
That's Royal's 2nd touchdown reception of the season. 2-yarder right there. Prater makes it 7-0 Denver with 11:24 to play. In the 1st half, there was a catch and run by Eddie of 16. He lassos a 2-yard touchdown reception there.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Prudential, the rock you can rely on to meet today's financial challenges. Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And by AT&T, rethink possible.
Coming up, the Sprint halftime report from our CBS studios in New York. James Brown, Dan Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher. Scores, highlights, and news coming up on the Sprint halftime report from our CBS studios. A 5-play, 68-yard drive and a red zone score. A successful red zone possession. Royal just caught a line drive throw from Kyle Orton for the touchdown.
And Kyle Orton told us when we talked to him last night that their inability to score in the red zone wasn't about the fact that they weren't in the right plays. It was more about the lack of execution. He said, hey, we're throwing the ball into tight spaces, so everything has to happen quicker. You notice on that play, Josh McDaniel dialed up just a quick out to Eddie Royal, and the ball was out of the hands of Kyle Orton very quickly. Upon the secondary, they couldn't even stop it because it was just a quick throw and catch for a touchdown.
Ariani is back at about the 5-yard line, and here comes Prater's boot for the Denver Broncos. And a good-looking stop there by Hunter, along with Gronkowski. 16-yard return. Here comes the offense for the Titans. That is not a pretty start for the Titans.
No, go 3 and out on their first and fourth possession, but on the second and third possession, they moved the ball, had opportunities to put points on the board, and couldn't take advantage of it.
Ringer is in. 1st and 10. Oh, and there he goes, doing his best Chris Johnson impersonation. Trying to get by Hill all the way down to the 11-yard line. Make it, let's see now, we got one guy saying the 11, one guy saying the 17. Let's see where they spot the ball. A 54-yard run by the leading rusher in the history of Michigan State football. Ringer.
Take a look at this run. It's going to be incredible. Now look at this hole. Watch how it opens up right there. The kick out block and then downhill. We told you Ringer, who had an excellent training camp, made a lot of plays. He would see some action in today's game, spelling Chris Johnson, and boy, he delivers a big play.
And Johnson is back in, gets the call on 1st down and 10. That was a career-long run by Ringer of 54 yards. Javon Ringer is out of Michigan State, a 5th-round pick. We were told, like Solomon was saying, he was going to get more carries. They want to make sure they conserve a little bit of Chris Johnson.
Well, Chris Johnson has had the fumbles. He came into today's game with 75 carries more than any other running back. Javon Ringer, who took most of the snaps in training camp during Chris Johnson's holdout. And so now you go ahead and give him some snaps because you know what he could do. He was very productive during the preseason.
2nd down and 8. And that is Kenny Britt, who caught a touchdown pass last week. Cox makes the stop, pickup of 7, down to the 9. And they should, they're close to a 1st down, about a yard shy.
And we said that Vince Young needed to be productive in order for them to win today's game. He's been plenty productive. 7 of 10 in the game, 92 yards. He's 8 of 12, 95 yards throwing so far in today's game. But the running game had yet to really kick in. And now you see the run by Ringer. They're knocking on the door for points inside of the red zone.
3rd and a long one. Nickel for the Denver Broncos. Touchdown. Kenny Britt. 8-yard touchdown hit. And he was defended by the rookie Cox in the end zone.
First, it starts with the protection, Kevin, and then the poise of Vince Young. He'll just drift a little bit, but he stays in the pocket and buys time for Kenny Britt to uncover against Parrish Cox. Britt is a big receiver who can go up for the ball, but you can see he runs great routes and can separate from the defender.
Britt was the #1 pick by this franchise out of Rutgers a season ago, and here now for the extra point, Rob Baronis. He missed an earlier field goal of 35 yards. That will tie the game at 9:18 to play in the 1st half. The big play, Javon Ringer galloping for 54, capped by the 8-yard touchdown pass to Kenny Britt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. Watch your favorite team wherever you live, only on DirecTV. Call to switch today. And by E-Trade.
Each quarterback has thrown a touchdown pass today. Britt just got one from Young. That was the drive. The big run of 54 by Javon Ringer set that baby up.
Really good balance on that drive. You talked about the run by Ringer, and then how about the laser lock passing from Vince Young? We talk about his maturity. I think we're seeing it right now, Kevin, the way that he's really leading his team. Very poised, and he's throwing some very accurate passes, allowing his receivers some opportunities to make plays.
Demaryius Thomas will return it from the 3. He was the #1 draft choice and finds a seam, and he's brought down by the guy that kicked off, Rob Baronis. 37-yard return out near the 40-yard line. A week ago, we saw Kansas City go to 3-0.
Absolutely, a surprising 3-0 as they now rest during their bye week. And how about the Dallas Cowboys come back from the brink of destruction as they avoid a 0-3 start with a win down in Houston. And then Mike Vick, I think that's the story that's captivating everyone. Victory for Vick. 6 touchdown passes, no interceptions in the 2 games when he's played, and he has the Eagles on a roll.
It's 1st and 10, Lawrence Maroney. Gronkowski leveling a block, and there he goes into the secondary and finally tripped up on the play by Werner after a weaving run of 8 to the 47 to James Brown.
Kevin and Solomon, Jimmy Clausen with his first professional touchdown there in Carolina. Take a look back there on 2nd and 8. 55-yard strike to Jonathan Stewart. So excited, almost tripped up there by the line marker, but he takes it in the pay dirt, capping a 5-play, 72-yard drive. Carolina looking for win number 1, knotted up against the Saints at 7-all. Kevin Harlan, Solomon Wilcox.
Pretty good looking play.
How about Jimmy Clausen getting his 2nd start? Couldn't get the win over the Bengals 1 week ago, but now getting another opportunity. Looks like we have an injury down on the field.
We're told it's the 1st-round pick out of Georgia Tech, Derek Morgan.
He's one of the talented defensive linemen that they have in that 8-man rotation on the defensive line for the Tennessee Titans.
In talk with the Denver Broncos last night, they said when they faced Peyton Manning, Solomon, last week, it was a lot of mental gymnastics because of what he does. Against this team, more of a physical, heavy-set type of defense they want to throw at the Tennessee Titans.
Certainly a huge contrast from 1 week ago with Josh McDaniels in terms of what they face. And you can see Morgan right there where he's just kind of get a kick right there in the leg. And but yeah, they're facing a different team than what they saw last week with the Indianapolis Colts, a team that was going to really challenge you mentally. Peyton Manning is going to lock in on what you need to do. You're going to try to disguise things from him, try to keep him out of the end zone. You know he's going to get his plays. Josh McDaniels said this week it's a different kind of test, a more physically demanding test. And this team is not going to make a lot of plays. They only look to make 1 play to beat you.
Half the top of your screen, 2nd down and 2. Maroney. Boy, they're sending the guys from the secondary. Chris Hope comes and throws them for a 1-yard loss. Back to the 46 and back to James Brown.
Kevin and Solomon, this is Bill Cowher's upset special. Take a look at Cleveland. Seneca Wallace to Evan Moore on a 2nd and 7 from the 24. That capped an 8-play, 87-yard drive. It's 10-3. Cleveland on top of Cincy late in the 2nd. Kevin and Solomon.
Always a pretty good battle.
Yeah, my Bengals got to do better than that in the Battle of Ohio.
Maroney remains. 5 in the secondary, 3rd and 3. Here comes Griffin. Maroney can't find the handle. He was covered by a defensive end, Dave Ball. And they got to punt the ball.
I know this is only the 2nd game since Maroney's been traded to the Broncos. He's got to give you a better effort than this. Because if he catches this ball, he is still running. You already beat the defensive end as you're peeling out of coverage. You've got to secure that catch. And then if you catch it, you're still running. And maybe you're going to even run for a touchdown.
Colquitt to punt. Ariani is deep back for the Tennessee Titans. 37-yard punt. Fair caught inside the 20 mark him at the 17-yard line. Tomorrow on CBS, see why critics are calling the new hit drama Hawaii 5-0 your next TV obsession. A new episode, it's tomorrow, and it's only on CBS. Last time the Denver Broncos had it, they got a touchdown pass. They just punt right there, 3 plays and punt. They've had it 5 times, 4 punts and the touchdown. Now here comes Tennessee. They got a touchdown pass the last time they had the ball.
And they have moved the ball. I think they've moved it well. They just got to be able to sustain drives. But they're starting to warm up the run game along with the passing game.
It's 1st and 10. Nate Washington. Just out of bounds by DJ Williams. Scampering up the side. Markham at the 37. 19-yard catch and run.
What makes this offense for the Titans so difficult to defend? Because everyone has to focus on Chris Johnson. And then you have to focus on Vince Young's ability to run off that reverse bootleg action. It allows Washington to get open at the 2nd level. I don't know if there's any other offense that puts as much pressure on you as Chris Johnson at the running back position and Vince Young at the quarterback spot.
Starting D out there for the Denver Broncos, 1st down and 10. Looking for Washington, and there's a flag. It's going to be thrown on Champ Bailey. Much to his chagrin, the 9-time Pro Bowler. do you think of all this passing by Young today?
Champ Bailey can't even believe it. And Vince Young's just giving this receiver a chance. I don't think this flag should have been thrown at all.
Spoken like a former DB.
Defense, number 24. The ball he placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
He is playing with the sore right heel is Champ Bailey.
And look at this. Now, you tell me where's the pass. Okay, there's the arm bar. That's what it was. It was that arm bar that went up. See, that arm right there, that prohibits Johnson from getting to the position to where he could have caught the ball. So I stand corrected, Kevin Hart.
29-yard penalty in essence. First down and 10, Chris Johnson. The bounce, the dive. Flag is thrown, brought down in the play by Dawkins after he submarines for 4 near the 31.
Holding offense, number 88. A 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Tight end, Craig Stevens.
And if Jeff Fisher's group can just help the officials to keep the flag in the pocket, you get the sense that they're starting to roll. We don't talk enough maybe about this offensive line for the Tennessee Titans. Their defensive line is strong and physical. But in order for Jeff Fisher to have had 12,000-yard rushing seasons from his running back in the last 14 years, the offensive line has to be dominant. And they're very physical at the point of attack.
4 in the secondary on first down and 20. Chris Johnson. Dickerson jumps on his back, rides him down 37-yard line. That's a catch and run of 6. The MetLife blimp is providing today's aerial scenes. Look for more MetLife blimps as they team up with CBS Sports for more coverage all season long. We talk about the offensive line blocking for Tennessee. What about these wide receivers? They're known as pretty good blockers too.
Everyone participates. I think anytime you have a running back such as Chris Johnson, had over 2,000 yards rushing last year. Nate Washington talked about it. Kenny Britt, a big guy also. They have to block and participate in the productivity of the run game.
Second down and 13. Scaife, Dickerson around his ankles, as was Robert Ayers. Gain of 2. They read it well.
And Bo Scaife is just that tight end screen. Here he is right here. Watch him check and come down to the middle. And it opens up wide. That's one of those dangerous passes because a defensive lineman can get a hand on it. They can bat that ball up, but they set it up perfectly to get the ball in the hands of Bo Scaife. And we said they were going to spread it around. The wide receiver 7 catches, tight ends 3, 2 going to running backs.
A gain of 2 down to the 35. Ringer is in. 3rd and 11. The defensive back has come in for Denver. Here's what he does so well. Look at him juke, and Dance does not get the first down. Read beautifully by DJ Williams. Losing a yard back to the 36-yard line.
Well, Vince was trying to be patient. He's getting a lot of crossing routes. None of it was able to clear. Now he knows he's got to tuck it and run. That his time to stand in the pocket has elapsed, and DJ Williams gets enough jersey to drag down Vince Young.
First sack by the Denver defense in 9 quarters. Comes at a good time, too. Royal anticipating the punt from former teammate Brett Kern. He was originally undrafted by Denver in 08, played last year until October, then they cut him. Signed here by Tennessee. And the change at the punt returner into the end zone. They had Cox, but they want that ball security, so Royal is back there. 36-yard punt and touchback to the 20. It'll be first down and 10. Check out the new CBSSports.com shop for officially licensed NFL gear. And get 3-day shipping on every order. Go to shop.cbssports.com. Well, so far we've had a touchdown pass by both Orton and Vince Young in our game.
And the key, I think, for Kyle Orton, where things were kind of different for him, is that he has no support from the running game. Right now, only 3 yards rushing for the Denver Broncos. So everything resting squarely on the shoulders of Kyle Orton.
Maroney in the backfield, first down and 10. Maroney. Out there was Daniels, the guard, belted out of bounds by the former #1 pick, Griffin. Catch and run about 9 yards and near the 29-yard line.
So you have to figure out a way to manufacture yards without Kyle Orton throwing the ball down the field. Dump it off to Maroney. He said he had to make the catch, and he does. Ooh, and then he gets stamped by Michael Griffin. Whoa. He told you this was a physical football team here in Tennessee.
Starting defensive line is out there for Tennessee. Second down and 1. Oh, knocked away, incomplete. Witherspoon. Boy, has he been a fine, kind of an under-the-radar signing. Another one by this Tennessee franchise.
He's a smart player. He's a heady player. Knows what he's going to get from the quarterback. So as he's coming up, look, he knows he has to be ready for the ball to come out of the hands of the quarterback quickly when you're blitzing. 9th season out of Georgia.
Good shot, Sal, on the sideline for us there. Third down and 1. Fuller is in as the nickel back for Tennessee. Buckhalter in the backfield. Quarterback just keeps it himself. Kyle Orton can do that. 2-yard gain, 31-yard line, move the chains of first down. I think he's better than a lot of people in Denver expected him to be. I mean, he wasn't a throw-in in the Cutler deal, but I mean, he wasn't the headliner in the Cutler deal either.
He was not the headliner. But I think for those of us who knew Kyle Orton, he had played for Joe Tiller at Purdue, played in the same offense that Drew Brees played in college. You know he knows the pro-style passing game.
It is 1st and 10. Graham, with the beat on him was Griffin to the 31, make it 32 on a gain of a yard.
No one has the crystal ball. I don't think anyone expected the kind of numbers that Kyle Orton has put up during his first 3 games. And Frank Tripucka, if I could get it out, is the guy in 1962, over 1,000 yards in his first 3 games. And Kyle Orton close to that. You see what Jay Cutler did in the first 3 games of the season. But Kyle Orton putting up some really good numbers.
Gronkowski will be the fullback. Morrison not playing today. He's injured. Second down and 9. Blocked by Buckholder. Time forward. And downfield with a good-looking catch again, Brandon Lloyd. He was working on the rookie Werner. 15-yard hit to the 47.
So the protection now is beginning to hold up. The defensive line slowing down. Orton getting the ball out, and you just love the way that Brandon Lloyd attacks the ball when it's in the air. He's not afraid to go in the middle and make the catch in front of these hard-hitting defensive backs for the Tennessee Titans.
Buckhalter remains, the nickel remains, 1st down and 10. Lloyd against Werner to the 49-yard line into Tennessee Titan territory. And we'll give him a gain of 4.
And right now, Kyle Orton, I think, has found a safety net in Brandon Lloyd. He's whipping the ball over to him at will. 4 catches so far in the game for Brandon Lloyd. He's working against the rookie, Alteron Werner. So you got to believe they're throwing in front of him, throwing in front of him. When do you get the double move and Brandon Lloyd up top against the rookie cornerback?
Second down and 6. Great throw. Caught by Lloyd. 37-8. 38-yard line. Pickup of 12. 2-minute warning. The Broncos are on the move. We're back in Nashville. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, JB and Company, scores, highlights, news from our CBS studios in New York. That's the Sprint Halftime Report. Brandon Lloyd on this drive. Catches of 12 and 15 yards. 8 years out of Illinois. He was the second all-time leading receiver. A part-time starter in the NFL. He's come up big today from the 37. 1st and 10. Buckholder remains. The blitz from Griffin. The scrambling Orton. Beautiful breakup by the rookie in front of Demaryius Thomas. Another rookie. Werner slaps it away.
Well, the Tennessee Titans have their work cut out for him because Kyle Orton and his offense, as you see him rolling out, and Werner slashing in front to knock down that ball. The Denver Broncos offense has been very good at scoring points in the final minutes of the first half. They put points on the board in the final 2 minutes of the first half in each of their 3 games so far this season.
6 defensive backs. The 6th one is Ryan Mutai. Second down and 10. Demaryius Thomas at the bottom of your screen. It's lassoed with a tackle by Griffin. Royal picks up 12. Good-looking throw by Orton.
And now you see the offense by Kyle Orton and the Broncos starting to gain some rhythm. And I think it starts with the protection that they're giving him. And then he's able to get the ball over to Brandon Lloyd and Eddie Roy.
Maroney is in on 1st and 10. Good looking block by Daniels, the guard, and there goes Maroney with a flag thrown on the play after a 15-yard gain to the 11.
Holding. Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
No wonder it was such a good block. He held.
Yeah, Stanley Daniels, the left guard. They got him for holding.
He's a first-year starter.
Absolutely. Here you go. There he is right there. Let's take a look at him as he's wrapping around against Will Weatherspoon. See right there? Just engulfs him up and wraps his arms around him.
And he didn't have to hold.
You're not allowed to do that. Just block him.
6 DBs, 1st and 20. Maroney is in. There is at the block. Ball is all over Maroney. Got him in a trade a couple weeks ago from the New England Patriots. It's a gain of 1 near the 35.
These defensive linemen for the Titans, we talked about it, how relentless they are. You see Ball in pursuit. So not only will they get after your quarterback, they'll get after the running back or anyone who's catching the ball down the field. And Josh McDaniels right now is looking for a big play from his offense.
Buckholder has come in, 2nd down and 19. Orton has thrown a TD. Young has thrown a TD. Chased by Brown. Orton hit by Witherspoon. Dancing his way, and I use that term lightly, to the 26. You don't know him as a rushing quarterback. He picked up 12 on the scramble right there.
Well, once you get out of the pocket, you don't run by design. You run by necessity. It's called running for your life.
For your life, right.
As the Titans defenders are all swarming out, he said, this is not what we wanted. Simply what we have to do.
Kyle Orton came out of high school. He was a 2nd-rated quarterback in high school football. Went and played, as Solomon told you earlier, for Joe Tiller at Purdue. Went to Chicago as a starting quarterback. Orton is 30 and 21. Very respectable numbers. 3rd and 11. Buckholder is in. Harris the block. On the money to Royal. Drags the defender Fuller all the way down to the 18-yard line. 9-yard completion. 28 seconds to play. The clock is stopped. A timeout for Denver with a single timeout remaining here in the first half.
And even though the penalty on Daniels takes away the big run by Maroney, Kyle Orton continues to move the offense and puts them in a position. Now 4th down, McDaniels has to decide what he wants to do. Probably going to elect to go for the field goal and go ahead and take the point, something they've done at the end of the first half in each and every ball game.
They look more in sync, does this offense, and Orton moves them down. They're at the 18 right now. And they've got Prater with the Cole quit hold and the Lonnie Paxton snap coming up. 36-yard try by Prater, who is this season 4 of 4. He's made 23 of his last 24 field goals. This for the lead. 36-yarder. Got it. 10-7, the Broncos. And you don't want to say an early game like this is a must game, but Kansas City being at 3-0, if they fall to 1-3, not many teams have come from that depth to get into the playoffs, let alone win a division. So they got a lead right now.
And Kyle Orton is the guy that he's got some huge shoes to fill. Big expectations when you're the quarterback for the Denver Broncos. John Elway is, of course, the longtime legend. Brian Griese had some good years. Jake Plummer put up some huge numbers, and so did Cutler. But Kyle Orton is having to fill those shoes. And he told us, he said, when I was in Chicago, they didn't expect anything from the quarterback. Here in Denver, they expect everything of their quarterback.
And Solomon, last night, Kyle told us, too, that when he got to Denver, two people that have been so instrumental in him feeling, and his wife feeling, welcome in that market, John Elway and especially Brian Griese, have gone out of their way to make him feel like he is now part of the Bronco family.
I think they have a rich tradition and legacy at the quarterback position for the Denver Broncos. You take a look at Tim Tebow. He was a first-round pick, and you love the way Kyle Orton didn't look over his shoulder at a Tim Tebow. All he did was come to training camp. He's competing. He's playing at a very high level, playing at the kind of level that they expect from their quarterback in Denver. And you got John Elway looking over your shoulder and showing up at training camp, you better bring your A game.
We just saw Vince Young is going to have a couple timeouts with which to work, but not a lot of time. Prater will boot it. And deep back for the Tennessee Titans, Mariani, 15-yard line. And initially tripped up on the play by Saquon Thompson, rookie out of Cal. 21-yard return. The timeouts, 19 seconds with which to work, and the ball will be at about the 36. Mariani, by the way, played with Jeff Fisher's son at Montana. They were buddies there, and they drafted him, did the Tennessee Titans back in the 7th round.
Yeah, and right now, the Tennessee Titans are looking for their own kind of magic. I think at halftime, they've got to go in and discuss the fact that they've wasted some opportunities, that they can ill afford to give back points to an offensive team like the Denver Broncos, who can put up points all on their own. They don't need any help.
6 in the secondary, 1st and 10. Good block by Roos. Chased by Jamal Williams. Run out of bounds by Brian Dawkins to the 45-yard line. 18-yard scramble. 11 seconds to play. 2 timeouts for Tennessee.
Real significant play, because with 11 seconds to go, you got to feel like you could take a shot down the field and still set up in time to try to kick a field goal. Take a look at the target line and where you have to get right around, 35-yard line for Rob Baronis.
Well, he's made a 60-yarder, and he's got a pretty significant wind at his back should they try. 1st and 10 at the Denver 45. Good block by Johnson. Moves it away.
Now with only 6 seconds left to play, Vince Young gets up a little bit gimpy there. Did get some pressure, and even though they were nipping at his heels and clinging to his legs, still, look at this. He's still holding on the ball where he finally gets rid of it.
Justin Bannon was down there. He's been a backup. Bannon has a Buffalo and Baltimore starter here now in Denver.
Justin Bannon, really good football player. Added some depth and some real physicality to that defensive line, along with Jamal Williams.
2nd down and 10. Umpire, by the way, now moves.
Timeout. Denver.
That's their final timeout. The umpire now moves in back of the defensive line with the linebackers in the final couple minutes of the half. And Vince Young will talk things over with Mike Heimerdinger. By the way, Mike Heimerdinger used to be an assistant coach with the Denver Broncos back in the earlier part of this decade, then back also with the stint in the mid-90s. So he's very familiar with Denver, has some great thoughts, and he won a Super Bowl, in fact, with Mike Shanahan and the Broncos.
Oh, really good football coach. He's groomed some really good quarterbacks. She talked about as part of some Super Bowl winning teams with the Denver Broncos, and went back to help groom Jay Cutler when Jay Cutler was drafted from Vanderbilt. And so now he's working with Vince Young. And I think the package that he's put together for Vince and how he's helped Vince grow and develop. Vince is now, I think, playing at a much higher level than he was even 1 or 2 years ago. His ability to read the defense and playing with a greater sense of poise at the quarterback position.
So again, the Denver Broncos line up with 6 in the secondary. 2nd down and 10. Tennessee with a couple timeouts and 6 seconds to play in the first half. Young, Britt, right in front of Champ Bailey. Backing out of bounds to about the 38. May have gotten into some field goal range now for Baronis. Picks up 8 on the play. And 1 sec. Well, that was a very efficient looking drive there to end the first half.
It was just a smart deal, by Vince Young. Remember, he was able to get rid of the ball, not take a sack, which was critical, and they get it close to that target line that we talked about. We said they had to get to that 35-yard line, right around 38.
55-yard try by Baronis. He's missed already today from 35. Wind at his back. This for the tie. He got it! That's a heck of a boot.
It was. He missed the short one, and he'll take the long one. It's just a 3-iron right through the uprights for 3 points for the Tennessee Titans.
Tied at 10 at halftime. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Each quarterback with a touchdown pass here in Nashville this afternoon. We're tied at 10 at halftime. Pretty entertaining first half.
Absolutely. And the Tennessee Titans, you feel like they had opportunities to put more points on the board. And how about the Denver Broncos? Got off to a rough start in the first quarter, but you could sense they were getting their sea legs in the second quarter as Kyle Orton started to get into rhythm.
And here at halftime, we've been putting together our All-State points of protection.
Yeah, it is about the points of protection, and I think it really starts for the Denver Broncos. They have to hit the ground running here in the second half. Only 8 carries, 13 rushing yards in the first half, and they've got to protect Kyle Orton better in the second half. They gave up 3 sacks in the first half of the ball game. And how about the Titans? You've got to get Chris Johnson going in the running game. Only 33 yards rushing on 11 carries in the first half.
A lot of big plays in that first half.
For me, it starts with Kyle Orton. He was under pressure early in the game, but once he got going, he and Brandon Lloyd started hooking up, started moving the chains, and then they get the touchdown pass, only the second touchdown pass allowed by the Titans defense all season long. And Vince Young getting it done with his legs and then with his arm. A touchdown pass to Kenny Britt. We're tied at 10 at the half. You know, both offenses, both quarterbacks who've been good in the first half wants to get better here in the second half. I think for Kyle Orton, it's all about protection. If you can protect him, he will put up numbers. And Vince Young has been good at just making the plays when the opportunity presents itself.
How about Tennessee? He had 3 sacks early in the game, and then we saw some adjustments by the Denver, blocking scheme in some way because he hasn't been touched since.
It was better max protection. More importantly, that fast, hungry defensive line for the Titans, they slowed down a bit.
Demaryius Thomas. Blocked by Willis and out to the 31-yard line. And across the way by Fuller, who plays the nickel. 23-yard return. Here comes Kyle Orton. He threw a touchdown pass of 2 yards to Royal, but he's had some great strikes in Royal and Lloyd have been terrific. A quiet first half so far for Jabbar Gaffney.
But that's because other guys have been getting open. Royal has been really good working the middle of the field from that slot receiver position.
Maroney in the backfield on 1st and 10. Tight end Graham. Out of bounds Finnegan. Wrestling him on the play. Gain of about a half yard. That's it. 2nd down. And the numbers through 30 minutes of play here in Nashville.
Yeah, and I think the Denver Broncos, you know they want to get more than 13 rushing yards, where the Titans already over 100 yards rushing as a football team. The long run by Javon Ringer have helped those rushing totals. In terms of total yards, the Titans outgaining, and then the 1 turnover has really cost them.
Buckhalter is in for Maroney. 2nd down and 11. And he will make it Jabbar Gaffney, who was hit by Stephen Tulloch on the play. Gain of 6, his first catch this afternoon to the 35.
Stephen Tulloch has really played very well. He is the captain on a very good, fast, and physical defense. You see the Denver Broncos in terms of their 3rd down conversion, where they were really good last week. Not so good today. 1 of 6 today, and the Titans is one of the best 3rd down defenses in the National Football League.
Fuller is in as the nickel. Buckhalter remains 3rd down and 6. Blitz was on again. Quick outlet. It's caught by Lloyd. Has the first down. Working on Ferner. A pickup of 7 and a first down to the 42.
This is what they did in the first half. You're getting more of it here in the second half. Just throwing the ball in front of the rookie, Alteron Verner. Just a slant route for Brandon Lloyd. You can tell there's tremendous trust between Kyle Orton and Brandon Lloyd. I got to believe at some point you're going to go up top against that rookie corner after making some catches in front of him.
Thomas to the bottom of your screen. Maroney back in. 1st and 10. Wrapped up and ripped down by Jason Jones. Back to the 39, a loss of 3.
Oh, wow.
Wow is right.
It's a slanting defensive line. Watch as he comes down right there, penetrating into the backfield. Look at that play. He's able to get into the backfield, beating the center, J.D. Walton.
Walton is a rookie.
Walton's a rookie. They're not strong enough to keep Jones out of his backfield.
Maroney remains 2nd down and 13. Still the nickel. Royal, Clady with the block, Walton with the block. Lloyd with the block, and there goes Royal. Hope ushers him out of bounds. Great blocking ahead for the speed merchant Royal. He picks up 41 on the catch and run. Spot him at the 20-yard line.
Well, take a look at this. This is just going to be phenomenal. Look, you get the center and then the tackle coming off with blocks over here. And they're able to just get the kick out. Now watch him just take it right up the middle. And that's just excellent running by Eddie Roy.
Seventh reception, 107 yards for Royal today. Maroney is in. 1st and 10. Meany with another block. Oh, and then they come right after him, led by Derek Marks. A loss of 4 to the 25.
Broncos trying to get something going out of the running game, trying to get some productivity, but Stephen Tulloch and company not going to allow it. Look at everyone at the point of attack. Even though he tried to get a kick out, just too many blue jerseys to get penetration into the Broncos backfield. They've got to do something about manufacturing rush yards so you can give Kyle Orton some help. Right now, all the production is coming through the passing game.
In the nickel, that's what Orton faces. 2nd down and 14. Only one positive run by the running backs today. By Denver. Harris with a nice block. Time, Royal, 17-yard line. Linebackers on him that time. Witherspoon among a couple. Pick up about 6 on the play.
Now, this is something that the New York Giants did against this defense 1 week ago. Remember, the defense for the Titans gave up 364 pass yards to Eli Manning. But they could not convert inside the red zone. Those are the same challenges plaguing the Denver Broncos offense.
Royals out. Demaryius Thomas has come in. 8th play of the drive. 3rd down and 8. They were looking for Thomas. The coverage by the nickelback, Vincent Fuller. He throws into a thicket of Titan defenders. Flag was thrown.
Holding. Offense. Number 78. That penalty's declined. It's 4th down.
Ryan Clady, a Pro Bowl starter a season ago.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball to Demaryius Thomas, coming right over the middle of the field there. But look at 3 defenders. That's a tight window. Kyle Orton's lucky that pass wasn't picked off, but with pressure in his face, he's forced to get rid of it. They want to try to challenge those 2 safeties down the field. Josh McDaniels hoping that you would have a window big enough for Kyle Orton to fit that pass.
So the Titan defense holds Denver out of the end zone. Let's see if they can hold right here. Prater will try a 36-yard field goal. Denver's back on top. 13-10. The big play on that drive, a 40-yard catch and run by Eddie Royal on the pass from Orton. It's 13-10 the Broncos. Matt Prater with a couple of 36-yard field goals. They got a 2-yard touchdown pass to Royal from Orton. Royal has been terrific. 7 catches, 107 yards. Reminiscent of how he was his rookie season. So the Broncos on top. They come in 1-2. Tennessee tied for first in the AFC South at 2-1. And the ensuing kickoff with the rookie Mariani deep end. There's the seam. He gets by Prater, and there he goes. A foot race with Nate Jones. That is a touchdown for Tennessee. 98 yards. What a play.
They say speed kills, and Mariani has plenty of it. He will take this one down that right sideline. Look at that killer block by Ahmad Hall. And then he gets to that next level. No one is going to catch him. Not even their fastest player, Cassius Vaughn, 4'3", number 41. Can't run down Mariani.
Mariani had a 45-yard kickoff return last week in the New Meadowlands against the Giants. His first career touchdown, 7th-round pick out of Montana. Tennessee's back on top, 17-13. 10-19 in the 3rd. Fireworks in Nashville. The rookie galloping 98 yards for the...
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. FedEx, we understand. You need a winning game plan. FedEx. And by the new Silver Bullet aluminum pint from Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Well, the Denver special teams amongst the worst in the NFL.
Oh, Mariani, what a play, and he had some excellent blocking. We're going to show you his fullback, and watch right here. That's where he's going to go. He's going to be the guy to get the block. That's Ahmad Hall, and there you see it right there at the point of attack, right there. It's enough to get the edge, and then no one else can touch the guy. He's so fast. The blocking is so good. It was so well set up by design, and he's able to go untouched on the kick return for a touchdown.
Well, Ahmad Hall with the great block and uncorking that 98-yard return. We know we're wearing pink today, and it means something special to Ahmad Hall in this National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. His mother has beaten breast cancer, so he can really associate with the meaning of today's game league-wide. Not only here in Nashville, but all over the NFL. And the ensuing kickoff by Baronis. Thomas from the 10 for the Broncos. Another rookie returner. Willis trying to give a block, and he gets it. And there goes the other rookie returner. How about that? Demaryius Thomas out of Georgia Tech, racing the other way. Spot him at the 23-yard line. That was a 66-yard return.
And watch the blocking for Thomas. You see blue jerseys flying and falling backwards. Look at the block there on Fuller. That's an excellent block. And then just another block as well to get Thomas to the edge, setting up Kyle Orton, who once again headed toward the red zone looking for touchdowns, not field goals.
Officially 65 yards on the return. First down and 10, Maroney in the backfield. On the 23. Good looking catch by Lloyd about the 18-yard line. Drilled. Werner got him, gain of 5. And tonight on 60 Minutes, Bill and Melinda Gates are the richest couple in the world, and they're giving their fortune away. Find out where the money is going tonight on 60 Minutes only on CBS. They are getting that ball out quick, and they are going at the rookie cornerback, Werner, for Tennessee.
But Werner's holding up. You love the way he's contesting some of the throws. Yes, there's no doubt. Lloyd's catching the ball in front of him, but they're hotly contested by the rookie corner.
Two tight ends. In fact, they got a tight end eligible on the near side, and that is Hochstein. As they go outside, the coverage by Finnegan looking for Lloyd. Horton had his last 6 consecutive passes until that miss right there.
And they had Lloyd, but the protection didn't hold up. Horton had to get rid of the ball. Finnegan jumped inside. They were really counting on him jumping inside. Lloyd broke it out to the outside. He was wide open. Could have made the catch, but Horton didn't have time to make the throw.
That was a 2nd and 5. Here comes 3rd down and 5. You can see the 3rd down numbers today and throughout the year. Buckhalter is in. Nickel secondary. He gets away from Jones, but he can't escape the engulfing pressure of Tennessee's front. The 4th sack offered by the Tennessee defense today. It's a loss of 4, and back to the 22.
We told you about the relentless play of this defensive line. Watch 91. He comes around on a stunt, and they'll use 4 guys to get pressure. But what they'll do, they'll run a lot of stunts in games between their 4 twisting defensive linemen. You see 91 coming around. Orton sees him at the last minute. He's forced to step into the pocket, into the waiting arms of Tony Brown, coming away with the sack.
How about Tony Brown? Didn't practice Wednesday, Thursday, a little bit of practice on Friday. He's had a bad knee. A sack right there, the first of the year. Here is a 40-yard field goal try, and Denver's a flag that has been thrown. And if it counts, Denver will be within 1 of the Titans. It was 4th and 9. First-year referee Cleet Blackman. He was previously a field judge on Bill Levy's crew.
If this is on the Titans, do you take the points off the board? I don't think so.
Rule of thumb is you never do you?
At least not in this case, because you know it's going to be a tight game.
Offsides, defense, unabated into the kicker. It's a dead ball foul, so it'll be 5 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay 4th down.
So it's a dead ball, so that you don't have an opportunity to decline it or not. It's going to be Cortland Finnegan right there. And that's where he jumps off. So right now they're saying it's a dead ball and the kick never counted. So it's not up to Josh McDaniels to accept it or not.
Because it was the dead ball, they'll try it once again 5 yards closer. Raiders had that kind of day today. He's now made 25 of his last 26 field goals. This will be a 35-yarder. Or will it be 36? 35 because it's not, and he moves up a little bit right there. Prater is out of Central Florida, came off Miami's practice squad in 07. He has a great leg, by the way. He has gone 8 of 10 in his career in 50-yard field goal tries. This one a little bit shy of that, but it's nice to know you've got the distance. And they're playing with the wind. Solomon in this third quarter are the Broncos.
Absolutely. We've seen Rob Barones knock one in. What, 55 yards?
55 yards.
In the half, kicking in the same
The
direction.
game clock is correct. It is correct. 4th down.
Is this the kind of game you expected?
Absolutely. This is the typical game that the Tennessee Titans play in. They want to keep it close and land the knockout punch, kind of wear you down, win the war of attrition. Josh McDaniels expected it, but he's hanging in there. His team has a chance to pull to within 1.
35-yard try. Colquitt the hole. Wind at his back. 1-point game. 3 consecutive possessions for the Denver Broncos have ended in field goals of 36-36. And right there he drills a 35-yarder halfway through the third. Broncos creep closer, but 3 consecutive trips in the red zone. No touchdowns, 3 consecutive field goals by Prater.
And remember, this Tennessee Titan defense, they're the league's #1 ranked defense inside of the red zone at keeping teams out of the end zone. So that is held true today. If the Broncos could just manufacture some rushing yards, it would go a long way to helping them to improve their red zone offense.
But they do cash in on that 65-yard kickoff return by Thomas Mariani. He had a 98-yard kickoff return the last time and again finds the seam and climbs up the middle. And again, Hall was leading the way with a tackle by Thompson. 30-yard return. Here comes Vince Young, 13 of 18 today with a touchdown pass.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the all-new CRZ Sport Hybrid, only from Honda. And by Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL.
After the field goal, 35 yards by Denver, the ensuing kickoff return of 30 from the 33, 1st and 10. Young chased by Hunter. And that's the fullback. He was brought down by D.J. Williams. Gain of 7. Ahmad Hall was wrestled down. On CBS. 2nd down and 3. Defensive starters out there for the Broncos. Good looking catch by the tight end. Stevens out dueling Williams. Tiptoes his way to the Denver 44. 16-yard pickup and a 1st down.
Now take a look at Vince Young. You wonder if he's growing at the quarterback position. Take a look at it and see he's in the pocket, making nice throws, and then watch him drop this ball over the outstretched arm of D.J. Williams. Now that's just a wonderful touch on the ball over to Craig Stevens.
Coach Jeff Fisher told us he has come so far off and on the field.
He is playing very well today.
He's hit 8 different receivers. 1st and 10, Chris Johnson. Pile of guys bring him down right there, including Mario Hagan. It's a gain of 4. They'll spot him at the 40-yard line. And going back a couple of weeks ago, they played Pittsburgh here. They lost 7 turnovers, and it came out after the fact that he had been late for a couple of meetings. There was some question about his preparation. That was 2 weeks ago.
Certainly, I think trying to make plays against Dick LeBeau's 3-4 defense in Pittsburgh, that's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. They've made other really good quarterbacks become mere mortals, and I think Vince Young suffered from some of that.
2nd down and 6. Deflected, the ricochet, and was it picked off by Jamal Williams? They wipe it away, and a flag is down. Well, it looked like the Flintstones on that one. All over the place.
A lot of discussion. Looked like the penalty came down in the secondary of the Denver Broncos.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, blow to the face, defense, number 57. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Wow.
Automatic first down.
Mario Hagan.
Critical penalty. Number 57, Mario Hagan. He's one of the good guys. You normally don't get that. We'll just follow him right there. That's just a shot to the jaw of Stevens. Trying to keep that tight end out of the middle of the field. You can't throw a forearm to the chin of any offensive player.
It's first down and 10. Johnson. Dickerson can't get him. Chased by Williams. Wrestling him out of downs at about the 23. Gain of 2 as we gain James Brown from New York.
Kevin and Solomon, you can't make a mistake against the Packers. Detroit's Sean Hill picked off by who else? Charles Woodson. He makes them pay. He returns at 30. Make that 48 yards to pay dirt. That's his 10th career interception return for a score. Third all-time in the league. 28-17. Green Bay in the third. Kevin and Solomon.
He is the reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Charles Woodson has been making plays like that since he won a Heisman Trophy at the University of Michigan.
Second down and 8. Outside, they were looking for Washington. The coverage on the play by Hill. Man, was there pressure coming up on the side, and that was from Brian Dawkins. He was on the fly.
We've seen pressure on Vince Young. How about the pressure on Chris Johnson? 14 straight games with 10 runs or 10 rushing yards in each of those 14 games. None today. So his longest run today is only 7 yards from the line of scrimmage.
How about last year? He had 3 runs of at least 85 yards. Some guys don't do that in a career.
Yeah, slowing down a little bit, but the defense is playing against him pretty good also.
Mariani is the 4th. 3rd and 8 into the nickel. Chased by Dawkins. Oh, the Pro Bowler would not let the elusive Young get away. That's right.
Fine tackle.
Yep, that's a loss of 6. It's back to the 28. That's why he's an 8-time Pro Bowler. Right
Absolutely.
there.
And we talk about angles playing in the secondary. You want to be a good tackler? Watch Brian Dawkins. Inside out, wraps up. And even though Vince Young is very good at eluding the open field defender, Dawkins, he plays with a great passion. 15 seasons in the National Football League. I think this guy will have a bus resting in Canton someday.
And he has an ankle injury. Didn't practice on Thursday, a bit on Friday. Well, it was going to be about a 41-yard field goal. Now it is a 46-yard field goal into the wind. Baronis knifing its way through and extending the Titan lead. 5 to play in the third. An edge-of-your-seat game in Nashville on CBS. Another field goal in this game, that from 46 yards away, 7 plays. Big play on that drive, a pass completion, Solomon, to the tight end Stevens of 16 yards.
Yeah, Vince Young, how about this? He's putting the pressure on Kyle Lorton. The more points you can get, you force now Kyle Lorton to have to produce touchdowns, not field goals to beat your football team.
Baronis, who has also kicked a 55-yard field goal today, to Demaryius Thomas at the 1. Brought down by Werner. 21-yard return. Wednesday on Showtime, James Brown, Chris Collinsworth, Phil Simms, and Warren Sapp all come your way on cable's longest running show. The multi-award winning Inside the NFL, that's every Wednesday on Showtime. With Solomon Wilcots, Kevin Harlan. Look at those numbers right there. 6 yards on the ground.
Yeah, franchise low, 13 yards back in 1972 against the Oakland Raiders. Only 6 yards rushing today. Kyle Orton is the leading rusher of the Broncos today with 10 yards rushing.
Tennessee opens up in the nickel. Buckholder. 1st and 10. Hope up high. Gain of 6. And to the 26-yard line.
So without the ability to run the ball consistently for the Denver Broncos, and I guess we have a flag down, and we're going to wait for the call.
Offsides. Defense, number 98. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's Dave Ball.
At what point does Jeff Fisher tell his guys, hey, you're hurting us. You're killing us.
Guys, you got to rein in those penalties.
They average 9 penalties per game, third most in the NFL.
Buckhalter remains first down and 5 from the 26. Buckhalter blocked by Daniels. Tulloch makes the stop, gain of 4, close to a first down at the 31.
Now, why is it important to have some balance in the run game? I think most importantly, particularly for the Denver Broncos against this Titans team. Right now, the Titans have 4 sacks against Josh McDaniels' offense. That's the only way I think you're going to slow down this rushing front. You've got to be able to run the ball.
They get the first down. You saw Tebow there in the back. There he is again. He is the number 2 quarterback today for McDaniels. Send Buckhalter on the move. 1 of 5 receivers, first and 10. Nickel remains. That Witherspoon now has become a cover guy at the bottom of your screen. See him 92 right here? He was out there in a wide receiver. Orton never saw it. Knocked away by Trimmer. They were going for Lloyd at the 36. Orton may have cashed in if he looked the other way.
Oh, there's no doubt about it that Chuck Cecil was trying to get the attention of his defense. They were not in the coverage they wanted to be. You see Tulloch out of position. Werner is actually making this play. You might say that Orton was not able to find the weak area of their zone because there was some tremendous confusion for the Titans on defense.
Hay marks on the defensive line for Tennessee. Those are all backup guys. Second down and 10. Maroney is back in. Gaffney working outside on the Pro Bowler from a season ago, Michael Griffin. It's a catch and run of 9. He'll be out of bounds at the 40.
This isn't what Michael Griffin wanted. Safety in space, working one-on-one against a wide receiver, Jabbar Gaffney. And Griffin saying, you know what, I used to play corner as a rookie when he was a first-round pick for the Tennessee Titans. Back then, he was 190 pounds. Now, he checks in at 210. So he says, I want to avoid that one-on-one coverage with any wide receiver at this point in my career.
Buckhalter is in 3rd and 1. Got the first down, Lloyd once again. Hit on the play by the linebacker. Tulloch picks up 9 on 3rd and 1 and spot the ball at the 48. Good call by McDaniel.
I think when you blitz and you come after the quarterback, Kyle Lorton, if you're Griffin, you've got to be able to shrink the coverage. You've got to be able to come down and prevent that catch, knowing that the ball's going to come out of the hands of Kyle Lorton very quickly on a 3-step drop. Got to have tighter coverage. Good execution by Kyle Lorton.
8th catch for Lloyd is a career high. 1st and 10, Maroney. Babbitt into the avalanche of defenders for the Tennessee Titans, and no gain on the play. It'll stay at the 49-yard line. The run game continues to be, and we just saw the stats moments ago. Cooper's upset there as he lost his hat. But
Cooper saying, I didn't take my own helmet off, that's for sure. Look at the smile
grin
on Jason Babbitt's face.
That tells you all you need to know.
He understands it. More than chippy are the Tennessee Titans, and you can't allow them to get under your skin. The coaches are chippy.
In the nickel. 2nd down and 10. They empty the backfield at Buckholm. Tony Brown moving on the defensive line for Tennessee.
Everyone's pointing at each other. And we know number 98, Dave Ball, came into that neutral zone area. We'll have to see who they're going to throw the penalty flag on.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 97. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
They're going to call Tony Brown, number 97. Let's see. Does he move? Yeah, he comes in. But see, he's allowed to come into that neutral zone area and get back out, as long as he doesn't make contact with an offensive line.
Easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, 2nd and 10 becomes 2nd and 5. That's Royal. Over 100 yards receiving today.
Wow.
Nice defensive play going for Thomas. That's Verner. They've been picking on the rookie, a fourth-round pick out of UCLA all day long. He won that battle.
This kid is a tremendously intelligent young man.
A technician.
High marks
right? Huh?
in math at UCLA. And then he understands all the angles and high probabilities based on formation in terms of what he's going to get from the offense. You could tell he had a great sense of what the offense wanted to do there.
That's a lot going on upstairs.
More than I could ever conjure up, that's for sure.
3rd and 5, Buckholder in the game. They need the 41 into the nickel. Clady with the block. And then the guy he was blocking brought him down. Flag is down. Ball jumping on the quarterback, Orton. Flag was back at about the 44.
Holding. Offense, number 74. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
That's the right tackle. First start of the season, Ryan Harris.
Sooner or later, you get tired of your quarterback getting hit. And so these offensive linemen are drawing flags. 4 sacks on the day for the Tennessee Titans, swarming in. They had 3 in the first quarter of the ball game, and Cortland Finnegan getting in on the mix. And, of course, many others. Just relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Tremendous hits on Kyle Orton. That white jersey is plenty dirty.
5 sacks today by Tennessee. They had 5 allowed all of the first 3 games combined as a penalty flag has been thrown, the challenge flag. Let's see this.
There is no play. No, there is no play. Repeat 4th down. The umpire was out of position.
All right.
that pink towel, the pink towel that the players are wearing looks like a challenge flag. You see one of those red flags on the ground, you automatically assume it's a challenge.
Josh McDaniels, who cut his coaching teeth with Nick Saban up at Michigan State as a graduate assistant, went on to New England with Bill Belichick. Mariani waving for the fair catch. Oh, he should have let it go. The ball at the 8-yard line. So here comes Vince Young, 38-yard punt with 62 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Well, the NFL lost a member of their family earlier this week. George Blanda, Hall of Famer in 81. He was a member of the old Houston Oilers between 60 and 66, winning AFL championships in 60 and 61. He played in a record 340 games in 26 NFL and AFL seasons.
And look at that, 1960, 1961 is the only time that Bud Adams' teams have won championships, and it was with George Blanda playing the quarterback position. He's still remembered here at LP Field, and he's remembered by all of us in the National Football League family.
Yes, Johnson on 1st and 10, worst beginning field position for this team. Bannon among a couple, jumping on his back, 11-yard line on a gain of 3 for Chris Johnson. Today, rushing 13 carries, 39 yards.
Yeah, but you and I both know it only takes one. Only takes one swing of the bat for the great hitters in baseball. It only takes one carry for some of the great runners in the National Football League to break off one and break your back. In the defense, you know, they've been doing a good job to date. But Chris Johnson, he's just waiting.
And all great home run hitters have got to be patient.
Absolutely, got to be patient, and you know you're going to get your opportunity.
It's 2nd down and 7, Johnson again. No place to run, no place to hide. The tackle by Robert Ayers. It's a gain of 2 to the 13. And they said that the word in Denver this week is protect the edge. They tried to do that and done it pretty well.
And they've
so
done
far.
that.
Yeah.
They've kept him hemmed in. The speed of Chris Johnson can hurt you if he gets to that edge and gets outside of the containment of your defense.
Tennessee is on top 20-16 at the end of 3. You're watching the NFL on CBS. I can tell you're liking this game.
They got to love it. The hard hitting that you're seeing on both sides of the ball, and I think really good heads-up play at the quarterback position by both guys protecting the football.
6 in the secondary, 3rd and 6. Chris Johnson in space. Great pursuit by the Denver defense. Brian Dawkins got the first swipe at him. Gain of 2. They don't have the first down. They're near the 15. They got to punt the ball once again.
And notice the angle that Dawkins takes. See, he's going to fly to the outside, turning Johnson back inside where the pursuit of the defense can come in and make the play. He knows he did his job perfectly. He didn't make the tackle, but he allowed others to before Chris Johnson could get it going.
Kern. Royal. 8. And that allowed the coverage team to get down there for the Tennessee Titans. 60-yard punt. Kyle Orton and his team down by 4 early in the 4th. I am certain you remember your first start in the National Football League.
Yeah, when you're a rookie and you're young, they're going to target you. They're going to come after you. They're going to pick on you. And there's only one way to make them stop. You got to make a big play.
5 in the secondary. 1st and 10. Maroney in the backfield. Flag. Look out. Ball. Chasing him out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. It would be a gain of a half yard at the most. And the flag now is in our sights.
Kyle Orton is running for his life.
He's thrown a touchdown pass today.
Offsides. Defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
William Hayes on the defensive line for the Tennessee Titans.
Now Teron Werner, he's a rookie from UCLA getting his first NFL start. See him working against one receiver after another. But look at him. He's able to diagnose some of the plays and break it up. They caught a few on him, but then there's other times where he nearly made the big-time play. So this young rookie, he's fighting. He's playing very well. Sooner or later, you know they're going to come after him and try to make a play over the top.
1st and 5, Maroney. Good jump on his back after a gain of 2. He's out to the 37-yard line. Hope was right there. There's only one starter right now on the defensive line for Tennessee. That is Dave Ball.
You know, we talked about Werner. Whenever a team is throwing so often in front of you, Kevin, sooner or later, they're going to double pump you. They're going to try to get you to bite on the underneath coverage and try to sneak one behind you. You talked about those many defensive linemen who continue to rotate. They have an 8-man rotation.
2nd and 3. Working on Finnegan. 1st down catch made again. Brandon Lloyd. He picks up 5 right there to the 42.
Brandon Lloyd understands how to get beyond that 1st down marker, working against Cortland Finnegan. Just a quick stop. Both guys are kind of hand fighting a little bit, not pushing per se, but a little hand fighting. Brandon Lloyd, the veteran, picks up that 1st down.
Demarius Thomas is at the top of your screen. 1st and 10. Maroney, Daniels a block, Clady a block, the dive, and he's to about the 47-yard line. He's grabbed by Tulloch on the play and a gain of 6. Also on that play, Hayes.
One of the better run plays we've seen so far by the Denver Broncos on offense. Really nice game.
He should have no trouble with this offense because this is the same basic running attack they ran in New England where he's been for the last 4 years.
Identical.
Yeah.
But you see the 10 carries, only 4 yards, so he still has to develop a sense of timing in working with these 5 offensive linemen blocking for him today.
That is a good point. That is a good point. Buckholder is in 2nd down and 4. In the nickel. Another great catch. Lloyd sliding right in front of Griffin down to the 40-yard line. Picks up 12. Another 1st down for Denver.
And Michael Griffin is back in that area. Watch number 33 is behind Lloyd, so he's trying to prevent Lloyd from making the catch. Fuller is in the underneath coverage, but Orton is so good at finding the tight window between 2 defenders, squeezing that ball in. And Lloyd, excellent pair of hands, plucking it out of mid-air. 10 catches today, a career high.
His 3rd 100-yard receiving game this season. On the Tennessee 41st and 10, Buckholder is in. Great play. Flag. Babin makes the stop. High pick, 1st-round pick by Houston many years ago, back to the 45.
We're seeing a lot of flags because this defensive line, they crowd the ball.
There's no foul for holding on the play. 2nd down.
Why call the guy for holding when he still made the play anyway? Jason Babin, take a look at it right here. Is he it? Yeah, they're holding him, but he still made the play. So they said, well, we might as well pick up the flag.
You know, so many guys get involved with this Denver offense. It's like, kind of, again, like New England. No one player really is featured.
Well, at least not in the running back. Not as a running back and not even as a wide receiver.
2nd and 15. And that is Jabbar Gaffney, who picks up 4 to to the 41-yard line. Gaffney coming off a game with 12 receptions against the Indianapolis Colts.
And you talk about not featuring one guy. Last week it was Gaffney who had the 12 catches and was the leading receiver. Today it's Brandon Lloyd. He's got 10. So the favorite receiver for Kyle Orton is the open receiver.
Five defensive backs, third down and 11. They need the 30. Intercepted, picked off by Griffin. To the 35, they were going for Lloyd. That is a turnover for the first time today for Denver, and a pickoff.
Tips and overthrows are intercepted. The pocket's collapsing around Orton, getting a little antsy. Nearly intercepted underneath by Witherspoon, but tipped, and it goes over the head and lands in the hands of Michael Griffin.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new action comedy Red, in theaters October 15th. Ford, drive one. And by Allstate. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate.
The backup defensive line is in there for Denver. Griffin just had a interception, stopping a drive. 1st and 10. Ringer was rung up by one of those second-string linemen, Marcus Thomas. It's a loss of 4. It's back to the 30.
Wow, that's getting some penetration. Talking about two-gapping, coming right underneath, right into the chin, into the face of Javon Ringer. Excellent play by Thomas.
McBean is out there on the defensive line. Thomas is out there on the defensive line, as is Field. 2nd down, 14. Ringer remains. Nate Washington over there on the side into the rookie Parrish Cox. It's a pickup of 10, and he'll be spotted at the 41.
And now we're coming up with, I think, an important 3rd down play for Vince Young. Do they run it, or do you allow Vince Young to make a play passing the football here? Take a look at the numbers of both quarterbacks playing very comparable. The one miscue by Kyle Orton is the interception we saw from Michael Griffin. But the ability to convert this 3rd down situation and stay on the field, I think it's critical for the Tennessee Titans.
Good point, 3rd and 4. Into the nickel. Just out of the reach of the tight end, Jared Cook. Coverage on the play by Dawkins. They were pressuring him. 3 and out. Nice defensive stand for the Denver Broncos.
Robert Ayers, number 56. Look at the spin move coming in, and just as Vince Young tried to sidearm that one in, just overshoots Jared Cook. If he can loft that one in and allow Cook to run under it, I think Cook may be able to make a play. But good stand, pitching the 3 and out for the Denver Broncos defense.
And the Tennessee Titans can't cash in on the interception. The last punt by Kern sailed 60 yards. Royal from the 16. Bad hang time. Thus you see the return. Bad hang time of only 3.69. The coverage team could not get down there. 13-yard return, so a little bit of breathing space right there. Let's hear what the flag, though, is all about. They're going to pick it up. Flag has been picked up. Denver's got it. 3 timeouts, 8:15 in the 4th, and down by 4. Defensively, the Tennessee Titans will have their 2nd unit on the defensive line. They've got a nickel secondary. Kyle Orton, 1st and 10. Buckholder at his side. From his own 30 after the punt by Tennessee. On the money again. Demaryius Thomas brought down by Ferner. That's his first catch today. It's a gain of 9. He had a couple last week. Oh, there's a Titan player down back at the 20-yard line. And coming up on the Subway postgame show, JB and Company scores, highlights, and news. Coming up on the Subway postgame show from our CBS studios in New York. I can't tell. No, it's going to be, I think, Senderick Marks. It is. He had an interception against the Giants last week. So we have an injury timeout. 7:56 to play in the fourth. Broncos on the move, down by 4.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway. Subway has you covered with $5 footlong subs morning, noon, and night. Subway, eat fresh. And by Sony.
Second down and 1 out of the break. He's going deep. And did he make the catch across the way? Gaffney with the scoop. He caught the ball. Working on Finnegan. What a catch to the 33. 28-yard pickup and a first down.
It's a heck of an adjustment on the ball. This pass is underthrown by Kyle Orton. Maybe he's intended to go for that back shoulder, but the ball thrown well behind. Gaffney, who makes the adjustment, is able to get his hands underneath and appeared to have made an excellent catch.
Fourth catch of the day, working on a Pro Bowler in Finnegan. Another player is down, Solomon, for the Tennessee Titans. They just lost Senderick Marks. Now another guy.
Finnegan was in excellent position. If that ball comes in, at least where you expect it to come in the majority of the time, he would have been in great position, but it was not to be.
William Hayes walks off slowly.
As we return to LP Field, if you're wondering if this was a catch by Jabbar Gaffney, both hands are under the ball. Take a look at it. He secures it, and then no movement of the ball even after it makes contact with the ground. In my mind, and by the rules, that constitutes a catch.
Here's a first down from the 33, 5 in the secondary. Buckhalter leading the way. Cooper. Oh, look at it. Deftly moved through some traffic across the way. Brought down by the linebacker, Witherspoon. Catcher on at 12 yards. Put him at the 21, another first down.
Kevin, we said at halftime, you got the sense that the Tennessee Titans had squandered some opportunities early in this game and that the Denver Broncos are starting to get it going and get some rhythm in the second quarter. And now, as the Broncos are on the move, trailing by 4 points, you get the sense that they're one play away from taking the lead in this ball game.
Starting defense back out there, first down and 10. 5 defensive backs. Blocked by Buckholder. Graham hit by the linebacker Witherspoon. A quick pickup of 5 right there to the 16-yard line.
And we're seeing the protection hold up. As you have seen, several defensive linemen for the Tennessee Titans have limped off with injuries. Now the offensive line starting to give him a little bit more protection, and he's making some completions down the field.
And that blitz pickup by the running back's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal. And sometimes they've been able to execute it, other times they have not. Of course, Orton has been sacked 5 times today. And you know, Chuck Cecil, the defense coordinator for Tennessee, is going to keep dialing up the blitz, keep bringing the pressure.
It's second down and 5. Catch by Buckholder, close to a first down. Witherspoon was right there with a stop on this side of the field. It's a pickup of 4.
And Orton continues to stand in the pocket, and he's throwing BBs. This time over to Corell Buckholter, working against the linebacker Will Witherspoon, who's sure to make the tackle. 42 pass attempts so far in the game by Kyle Orton.
Excuse me, third down and 1. Buckholder. It'll be tight. Jones was in there. I like the tempo they show on offense. When those quick throws come out, it keeps the offense moving.
And it, I think, provides even more so protection for Kyle Orton. His ability to get the ball snapped quickly, something Josh McDaniels wants. Timing and rhythm and tempo of the offense is very important for a quarterback. It allows him to get in sync and in rhythm with his wide receivers. Getting the ball snapped. Get the ball out of your hand. This time it's just a little handoff. And look at Chris Hope coming down, providing some tackling in the box.
They're going to measure. It's a big game for Denver. You hate to say a game this early in the season is big, but with Kansas City being 3-0 in a top-tier division, although idle today, they're going to be short. If Denver would lose 1-3, not many 1-3 teams have come out of that kind of hole and done anything later on in the season.
Well, yeah, you're struggling just to get back to 500.
Exactly.
And you exert so much energy just to try to get to 500 that, you know, it really ends up being tough to try to move beyond that. 4th and inches. he's going to go for it, and he's been criticized for the fact that he's gambled down inside the red zone. Look at that, on third down, 0 for 4 last week, and 0 for 3 on fourth down play.
Orton. Did he get out forward progress?
Looked like he had some movement forward. This is going to depend on the spot. I don't know how you can say he either got it or he did it.
How can you spot that, though?
I can't spot it. I'm sure the officials can. I mean, they have a closer look at it than I do. Sea of humanity. They have to find a place to put that ball down. Take a look. Who gets movement? Whoa, I don't know if there was any movement right over the ball or Kyle Orton is.
He's back there.
Look at that. He runs right up their backs. There is some kind of falling forward at the end of that play. But where do you spot it? You're right, Kevin. That's going to be a very difficult decision. This one might be a first down by half a length.
Stanley, get out of the way there now.
Why don't the other guys have to move?
He got it. He got it. He got it by literally the nose of the football. That is a gigantic play by quarterback Kyle Orton, who today, passing the ball, 17 of 24. I'm sorry, excuse me, 31 of 42, 314 yards. It's the most passing yards through the first 4 games in Bronco history, and they're going to challenge the spot. Orton has set a record in the Bronco organization through the first 4 games of a season.
Tennessee is challenging the ruling in the field of a first down.
They're challenging the spot. The thing is, it was ruled a first down where the spot is. Now, do you have any evidence to overturn where you put the ball to begin with?
I got to tell you, that angle is hard to decipher. Let's check now from a distance away.
Wow. So it's hard to tell there. We can get some barometer of where that first down marker is in relation to where Kyle Orton finally fell down and then where the ball was spotted. I just don't know that you're going to have any evidence to say that it wasn't a first down or that the officials put the ball in the wrong position. Well, he's down now, and even after he's moving, I mean, that you can't be given that. It appears as though he was down initially.
Well, we told you in the grand scheme of things where this game ranks for the Denver Broncos, with the record coming in, and look what they've got ahead, though. I mean, they've got they got back-to-back road games. Tennessee today, Baltimore next week. The Jets are coming up. What an important time, what a rugged time for Josh McDaniels and his Broncos.
Don't know that we're going to have any visual evidence. So in that case, you would have to say the play has to stand. I don't know that's what Josh McDaniels is arguing, but I don't know that we have any visual evidence to overturn the call on the field.
Jeff Fisher coaching his 250th game with this franchise, joining the likes of other coaches of big time.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Tennessee is charged a timeout, and Tennessee has no more challenges left. First down, Denver.
That is a huge play. 1st and 10 at the 11th. They can make a first down.
And now, this is where, if you're Jeff Fisher, you have to rely on your defense. We said the Titans had the #1 ranked defense inside of the red zone. And boy, does Jeff Fisher need a play from his defense today. And Kyle Orton, you know he's looking for touchdown. He's been really good on this drive, been very good in the second half.
It's the 8th play of the drive, 5 in the secondary. You see the allotment of receivers on 1st and 10. To the end zone for Lloyd. Guarding him was the rookie Verner. Incomplete. Second down.
How about Lloyd? And this is what Kyle Orton told us, that he has just a knack of uncovering. And watch, he's close and covered, then separates to turn on this ball.
What a great shot.
Just a great shot. He's unable to make the catch, but that's as close as you can get.
That was fun to watch. Second down and 10. This time, Graham is in tight, the tight end. Still the nickel. Buckhalter, Clady with the block. Oh, he broke a tackle, and that was Hope. At about the 8, he picked up a couple more yards to the 4. 7 on the catch and run. That much closer for the Broncos.
Watch Hope. He's coming inside out. You have to keep his feet, but still not allowing Buckhalter to get around him and hit the pylon for a touchdown, forcing him out of bounds.
There's no other stadium in the NFL which gets more false start penalties than this one. Very loud, especially in the end zones, 3rd and 3. Buckhalter remains. Harris a block. Lloyd can't get it. Griffin was covering. Griffin and Fuller.
And right now, the Tennessee Titans, their secondary is at the mercy of Kyle Orton because there's no pressure on Orton. He tries to get it to that back shoulder for Brandon Lloyd. This is what they talked about. You know, things have to happen very quickly down inside the red zone. So the receivers have to turn quicker, expecting the ball to come out fast.
4th down and 3. Timeout Denver. The first of 3. 4:39 to play. Good time to take a timeout. Expand on what you're talking about here. Things go quicker at this end of the field, in the red zone.
Well, we talk about the red zone. It's not much room to operate. And so obviously the pressure is going to get to the quarterback. You don't have time for routes to extend down the field or to create separation in the zones because it's a real tight area. So the ball has to come out quick. It's the only way you're going to get it into tight spaces. You want Orton to get rid of the ball quick and try to slam it into a real small window, but the receiver has to be ready for it before the defense can react.
Yeah, and I guess the receiver's got to do even more reading, quicker reading of his route.
Read the coverage,
yeah.
And you have to read and see the same things that your quarterback is seeing. The wide receiver's got to know what coverage he's getting, know what to expect, and be on the same page with his quarterback.
Well, there's still 5 defensive backs. It is 4th and 3. They can get a first down. Buckhalter in the backfield. Gaffney incomplete, and the coverage by Chris Hope. That was a 4th and 3, and on downs, Denver turns it back to Tennessee.
You may be arguing, did he catch it? The key is, did Gaffney go out of bounds in the back of the end zone voluntarily? He stepped out, and that means he's an illegal receiver, but the ball wasn't caught anyway.
Nope.
Talking about tight windows, look how tight that window is. Just under the outstretched arm of Chris Hope.
That was a catchable ball, low though it was.
But look at his back end.
True.
Is he in the white?
Yeah.
And that's what I think the officials are seeing because he's right there.
Now let's see what the defense of Denver can do with no breathing space for Young. 1st and 10. Here's Johnson, who has been held in check today. They've done a great job. The tackle made by Vickerson after a gain of 3. There goes a helmet. It was Chris Johnson's, the gain to the 7.
Or you get the Broncos defenders. They're tugging at the ball. They're going to tug at anything that's not tied down. The helmet of Chris Johnson comes off. Justin Bannon leading the parade. This is a very physical and proud defensive unit for the Denver Broncos. They know if they can get the ball out, they still have a shot of winning this game.
Titans have gone 3 and out their last 2 drives. Johnson remains. See the extra tight ends. It is 2nd down and 7. Little pitch, first time we've seen this play. Holding on for dear life was Cox. First down run by Chris Johnson. His best today to the 15, breathing space with a gain of 8.
You don't see this in the NFL often. Reverse option, start one way, spin it out. You read it, go to the pitch man. And this is probably one of the best pitch men you could possibly have and Chris Johnson's able to get to that first down mark.
Bailey is hobbling off the field. He came in with a sore right heel. Looks like he's favoring that right leg right now, which will necessitate a change in the secondary. They'll bring in Nate Jones for Champ Bailey, who last week played the right cornerback instead of the left to defend Reggie Wayne. Boy, look at him. He is, I'm not sure if it's the heel or not, but boy, he's in pain.
Proud veteran of the National Football League, 47 career interceptions, second most of any active player behind Darren Sharper. I told Champ when he was a rookie, you get to 50, you get to Canton. I still believe it. He's had that kind of career.
Scaife atop your screen wide, and it is 1st and 10. There's Johnson. Stevens a block. Bannon, Williams, a couple others in there on the stop, and a gain of a yard. To about the 16-yard line. Well, the MetLife blimp is bringing you all kinds of beautiful scenics today. It is a chillier day than we expected. It's Denver-like weather. It's about 55 degrees. There's been a howling wind most of the day, over 15 miles an hour, cloudy sky. Not the day we were expecting whatsoever. Good for football, though. It feels like football weather.
Fall is upon us. Even the jacket being worn by Jeff Fisher, the hoodie by Josh McDaniels.
2nd down and 10. Johnson, all with the ball. What a great play coming inside, sneaking in Robert Ayers. He's had a nice game today, loss of 2. It's back to the 13.
Watch him beat the inside block by Leroy Harris. Look at this. Pulling guard, slashing underneath. Nice tackle. Coming in underneath. Look at this. That's just a wonderful play by Robert Ayers. Boy, is he an improving football player. Getting better every time I watch him.
It'll be 3rd down and 11 to come up for the Tennessee Titans, who are 2-1. Tied for first place in the AFC South. Chris Johnson today rushing the ball. A guy who is well in back of last year's pace of over 2,000 yards on the ground. You see 19 for 53 and less than 3 yards per carry. Plus, teams are gearing on him. They've had all off season, Solomon, to prepare defensively how they were going to handle Chris Johnson.
Oh, there's no doubt. The Tennessee Titans, like most teams, they have their core running plays. They're not going to try to fool you. That's what Josh McDaniels told us. We know what they want to do. They'll show you what they want to do. They just don't believe you can stop them.
4 defensive backs. They need the 25, 3rd and 11. Oh, the blitz by Dawkins. That foiled the play. What a great defensive call by Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos. They sent Dawkins on the fly. It also stops the clock. 2:53 to play. Denver's going to get it down by 4.
Coming right off the edge right there. There is Brian Dawkins. Just get rid of it. You cannot afford to take a sack right there if you're Vince Young. Certainly can't take a safety. And now you bring on the punt team, and you got to allow your defense to come back on the field to get one more stop.
Kern to punt. Royal to return. Not very good hang time here either from the 45. This is Royal. Hang time of 3.58. Dancing past midfield. Down to the 49. And look, Amato makes the stop, the long snapper. Look where Denver's going to get it on a 5-yard return at the 49 of Tennessee. Denver with a single timeout. Orton's had a terrific day of over 300 yards passing. And the Broncos down by 4 and 2:42 to play.
Well, the Denver Broncos have gotten some production inside the red zone. The touchdown pass to Eddie Roy early on from Kyle Orton. Vince Young answers with another touchdown pass to Kenny Britt. And then how about Mike Mariani? 98-yard kickoff return to give the Tennessee Titans the lead. Denver Broncos looking to get back in it on this drive.
Orton on 1st and 10. That is Gaffney. Stopped on the near side. Werner was there. Gain of 5 to the 44.
And if you are Kyle Orton, you understand, got to get rid of the ball. You can't take sacks. This defensive line has been hot and heavy. Find the open guy and cut it loose.
Into the nickel, 2nd and 5. Harris a block. First down. Caught by Lloyd. Working on the Pro Bowler Finnegan. A pickup of 9 on the play. Lloyd has had a sensational day. over 100 yards receiving on 11 receptions.
And notice the plays that Josh McDaniels is giving Kyle Orton. He'll send in 2 plays, and Kyle will choose one of the 2 at the line of scrimmage, but everything is designed to get the ball out of the hands of his quarterback very quickly, knowing that this pass rush is relentless.
1st and 10. Flag is down. Grab right there by Royal. Coverage by Witherspoon. Also Tulloch.
Holding. Offense. Number 78. 5-yard penalty. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's the 2nd penalty on the Pro Bowler Clady, the left tackle.
Clady is one of the best at the left tackle position, but there's no doubt about it. This defensive line is giving him all that he can handle. Right there is your hold. But he's doing everything he can to protect his quarterback.
Looked like they ran a little stunt there with Tony Brown coming around Babin.
Got to move your feet.
Yes.
You block with your feet, body position, more than you do with your hands.
Now 1st and 20. Down he goes, sacked again. This time it is Dave Ball. He's sacked for the 6th time and a loss of 5 back to midfield, and the 2-minute warning is upon us. The screws are tightened with 2 to play. Down by 4. It'll be 2nd and 25 when we come back. Back in Nashville and coming up in the Subway postgame show from our CBS studios in New York. JB and Company scores, news, and highlights. Subway postgame show up next on CBS. 2nd down, 25. Buckhalter in the backfield, the nickel in the secondary for the Tennessee Titans. They need the 25. Here comes Hayes. There goes Orton. Going deep for Gaffney. He trapped the flag. A flag in the end zone.
Gaffney was able to continue his route down the field, and the defense sort of dropped their guard a little bit because they thought that Orton was sacked on the play, but Orton stays alive, and so does Gaffney.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. The ball he placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Veteran Chris Hope, in essence, a 49-yard penalty on the defense of the Tennessee Titans.
And Hope loses track of the ball. And as Gaffney tries to come back to it, Hope wasn't playing the ball. He's playing the man. He makes contact, and the flag goes on him. But you could tell he dropped cover, dropped his guard just a little bit when he took the wrong angle, and he thought Kyle Orton was going down on the sack.
Maroney is in. Holstein, an offensive lineman, on 1st and goal at the 1. And they try to get it with Orton on the keeper. Not a lot of breathing space right there. You see the pile. Cooper was leading the way on that 1st and goal at the 1. Bottom of the pile, Dave Ball.
Here's your game summary. Kyle Orton, over 300 yards passing, touchdown and interception. 48 passes on the day for Orton. Denver rushing, it's nil. Only 15 yards rushing. Vince Young has had a good day, and 6 sacks on the day by the Tennessee Titan defense. But yet, Kyle Orton and the Denver Broncos are knocking on the door for more and a chance and an opportunity to win the game.
There was an illegal formation penalty while we were looking at that summary. So now it goes back 5 yards, 1st and goal at the 6. Maroney remains. You see the wideouts. 4 in the secondary. 1st and goal. Looking for Gaffney. Out of room. The rookie Werner was covering. 2nd down and goal at the 6.
The Denver Broncos hurt themselves because they had the ball right on the goal line with a chance to maybe have a quarterback sneak and get over for a touchdown. Now, it makes the play calling for Josh McDaniels that much more difficult. Very difficult to run the ball where they've been very anemic. So now they've got to put the ball in the air and allow Kyle Orton to get it in throwing the football. But that's a dangerous proposition.
Buckhalter has come in. Maroney is gone. 2nd and goal at the 6. The nickel. Buckhalter, touchdown. He got in. He beat the linebacker. A 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Broncos on top by 2.
We said everything in the end zone had to happen quicker. Right here, just to the quick out, he flashes ball out quick. And if Buckholzer doesn't turn around quickly, he will not find the ball. It's thrown quickly by Orton. He makes the catch before the defense can react. Witherspoon could not get over the top of that pick. That's what allowed Buckholzer to get open and into the corner of the end zone.
Really important extra point now coming up. And it's through by Prater. 32-year-old Corral Buckholzer. 8 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles after being drafted in the 4th round. He missed 3 full seasons with a knee injury. In training camp, he had neck and back issues that forced him to miss a lot of time. And then what about Kyle Orton, who throws his 2nd touchdown pass today? He's just given Denver the 23-20 lead, and now the idea is Vince Young and his offense and where they've got to go with $1:33 to play and a couple timeouts.
Well, he's got 2 timeouts working for him. There is no doubt about it. And can you, if you're Vince Young, make plays throwing the football? Because if you've got to tuck it and run it, you better get out of bounds or now you lose time. With 1:33 to go, Vince Young, we said he's going to have to make some plays in this game with his arm, throwing the football if they have any chance of winning today's game.
They'll have the win, too, on this drive.
They will have the win. Rob Baronis, he's already made a 55-yarder at the end of the first half, going in the same direction with the wind at his back.
That guy's already turned to kickoff today for a touchdown, the rookie out of Montana. For those of you just joining us, Mariani, as they stretch Rob Baronis, getting him loose. The kickoff from Prater. Into the wind and short. Mariani. A bounce. Tough play. Makes the ball. It's picked up by Temple. Vacuumed in by Cassius Vaughn, who is a rookie free agent. And the interesting thing about that kid, he was playing in practice, Chris Johnson, all week long in preparation for the defense. A huge special teams play. And a big miscue for the Titans.
Cassius Vaughn runs a 4.340. He was clocked at the combine. Look at this ball. It hits dead in and goes up in the air. Vaughn comes in and scoops it up to get possession. And watch, this ball just hangs in the air. And Mariani tries to go up and get it. He can't, and there is Vaughn. That speed that he has gets him down the field in time to get this ball. Now, the underneath guys have to catch it, or Mariani has to call them off, and he has to be able to go and catch it before that ball can hit the ground. That's a tremendous blunder, tremendous error for the special teams of the Tennessee Titans.
And a rookie. The player down is David Bruton. He is a second-year player out of Notre Dame, and good sign there, getting up onto his feet. You know, Denver made a change in their punt return today. They had Royal go back there instead of Cox. Cox is a rookie because ball security was #1. Now, ironic, on the other side, the Tennessee Titans are victimized by a rookie themselves back there on a very difficult play. Even for a veteran, that would have been a tough play.
But here's the key. Mariani has already returned a kick for a touchdown. You'd expect to be able to leave him in. That's just a form of communication. And even the veteran players have to be able to communicate. But Mariani's got to make a better decision, call the guys off, and he's got to get up there and make the catch. And now if you're the Tennessee Titans, you've got to tug away, get possession, get into the backfield of the Denver Broncos and try to get the ball out. I think if you're the Denver Broncos, you don't even risk putting the ball in the air and having to throw it. I'm going to give you a steady dose of my running game on the next few plays.
Tennessee's got 2 timeouts. The Broncos have 1. Hochstein, an offensive lineman, the ex-New England Patriot, has been put in. He'll be the fullback because the regular fullback, Spencer Larson, inactive today with an injury. And to counter that, they're going to go with a 4-4-3 defense. 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, 3 defensive backs. Baroni, 1st and 10. Oh, was that a fumble? Looked like it might have been loose in there. Jump on his back, Jason Jones. Gain of 2. And a 15 with that ball loose.
How could you do this to your coach? It's enough to give a pacemaker a serious joke. You're Lawrence Maroney.
Yeah, exactly. Look at guys are losing their helmets. Ryan Harris comes out of the fray with a missing hat. Look at Maroney's helmet is off too.
It's their second time out of the half. This is the 32nd timeout.
So now one for Tennessee. No timeouts remaining for Josh McDaniels, the head coach of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, here's Maroney taking the ball. Now, ball protection has to be priority number one. Hold on to the ball. But see, they're tugging at it right down in there, but it's clearly down by the time they are able to pry that ball loose at the bottom of the pile.
You may be wondering where that final Denver timeout went. When they had an injury, they lost the timeout. So they're left with none. Tennessee with one. Second down and 9.
Jeff Fisher, he's used to playing in these close ball games. Certainly hope to be on the other end of a close one here today. But sometimes, Kevin, when you allow the opponent to hang in there with you, even to the very end, one mistake can cost you the ball game.
Buckholder is in. Hope Stein will lead the way. On that second down and 9. After the teeth of that defense on a pickup of 3, it's down to the 13, and the final timeout taken by the Tennessee Titans with 1:20 to play. So Denver has it on a miscue by a rookie kickoff return man and a ball that bounced in front. A high leap by Mariani. He could not find the handle. He certainly felt the pressure from the special teams of Denver coming out.
And everyone here at LP Field and Tennessee Titans, they're stunned. they can't believe it because they had the ball game, at least so they thought, in their hands. And Mariani didn't make the call, didn't pursue the ball, I think, aggressively enough to make the catch on it. You allow that ball to hit the ground. It's a free ball. It's anyone's ball once that ball hits the ground and you don't have it.
It is 3rd and 6, couple tight ends. Hope Stein remains. Buckholter will get it. The block by Hope Stein. Cooper coming from the guard was around. There was no gain on the play, which now brings up 4th down and 6.
Tulloch leading the charge there, getting his hat on the ball carrier.
Well, they should be able to run the clock down here to about 35, 36 seconds. It's down to 52, as you see. So they'll wind that baby down. The play clock at 10. And Prater, who has never had a field goal blocked, will be, is they're going to move it back now with the
5-yard penalty.
Delay a game.
Still 4th down.
The thing is, you have to protect. You mentioned the potential for a field goal block. That's the Titans' only hope here. If you block it and return it for a touchdown.
He's already hit 2 field goals from this distance today. 36 yards at the end of the first half, 36 yards at the beginning of the second half. He's also hit a 35-yarder. This from 36. The hold by the Broncos. And he throws it home, extending the Bronco lead 26-20. 28 seconds to play. Tennessee without a timeout.
26. One thing Josh McDaniel will not do, you don't kick it deep to Mariani. Because if he's allowed to catch that ball in stride with his speed, having already returned one for a touchdown today, that would be, I think, really heartbreaking to give up a game in that fashion. So I think you either squib kick it or you kick it the same as you did on the previous kick and make Mariani have to work to possess the ball.
Kyle Orton last week against the Indianapolis Colts threw for 476 yards. Today, 341. He's thrown for 817 yards in the last 2 weeks with his #1 passing offense in the NFL.
And 107 pass attempts in his last 2 games. 57 last week.
Right.
Already thrown the ball 50 times in this game today. We thought he would have to throw it 40 or more times in order to get the win. How about 50? Without the presence of a running game, this team is riding the shoulders of Kyle Orton.
Talking there with Brady Quinn, who was the inactive quarterback. Tebow was the second string. He was the backup quarterback. And There's Prater, who's got that baby teed up at the 30-yard line, and Ariani, who has returned a kickoff for 98 yards today for a touchdown. Bobbled. The last one is back to get this ball.
Tennessee has to possess the ball, get as much as they can out of this return, set up Vince Young to make a play.
This time it goes deep. Deeper than the last one. From the 11. A seam and then finally bounced. Joe Mays, a veteran. A flag has been thrown. 30-yard return as it stands now to about the 42. Flag back at the 33.
During the return, holding on the return team, number 52. A 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. First down, Tennessee.
Not what they needed. 9 penalties on Jeff Fisher's Titans this afternoon.
Penalties have cost him today. It's kept the Denver Broncos certain drives alive where they've had a number of penalties on defense. And boy, you just wiped out excellent field position for Vince Young.
There'll be 6 in the secondary for the Denver Broncos. First and 10 for Vince Young. Winding up and looking for Britt. Coverage by Cox. Across the way. Hill, second down and 10.
Had a chance to make a play for your quarterback. You have to be able to do it if you're Kenny Britt. You go up, possess the ball. You got it. It's on you. Now grab it and hold on to it while you're in bounds.
Britt has caught an 8-yard touchdown pass today from Young. Second down and 10. Extra receiver Damian Williams, a rookie from USC. Looking for Britt again, doubled, and through his hands and incomplete at the 11 with Cox right there, and coupled with the coverage of McBath.
Well, someone's going to look up tomorrow and going to look at the numbers for Vince Young and say, well, he didn't have that good a game. Now, this is a well-thrown ball. Look at that, right through the arms of his intended receiver. So Britt have 2 balls on the last couple of plays of this game, well within his possession, and he can't haul it in for his quarterback, Vince Young.
Wow. Third and 10. Then the fumble by that guy on the kickoff return, Mariani. Give Denver that great position. Davis dead in big motion.
Well, they weren't set.
Delay a game. Penalty. Third down.
Third and 15.
Penalties continue to mount up. The 10th penalty of the game by the Tennessee Titans. So uncharacteristic of a Jeff Fisher team, but they came into today's game averaging 9 penalties per game, 3rd most in the NFL. Now you have to wonder if those are the kind of mistakes that have cost them the game today.
3rd and 15. No rush.
Go, Eric, go!
With the win. Up for grabs. That's it. No time. A big win for the Denver Broncos, who go to 2-2.
Big win for Josh McDaniels. He knew what a huge chore it would be to come in here and try to beat a Jeff Fisher football team, a physical team, but yet riding the shoulders of Kyle Orton, they get it done.
Orton with a couple of touchdown passes today. For Solomon Wilcott's Kevin Harlan saying so long from Nashville. Coming up, the Subway postgame show. We take you to New York for all the scores after this.